Hi, everyone. This is DJ Honeyflow for the Honeyflow Talk Show, another edition. It's been amazing, such a journey this past year, especially interviewing so many streamers and DJs, and just such great insight, learning more about their lives. We got a special DJ coming up too, that, definitely had a great conversation with him last night, just learning more about his life and learning more about him, which is what I always try bringing out in stories, just so you guys know a little bit more behind the DJ and their Twitch shows and what they do. So I'm going to bring him out in a moment, but I just wanted to also let you guys know that if you guys haven't checked my IG, I am also doing a massive female raid train, 94 female streamers. It's taken so much work to get here. I was working all day, actually, all morning on it. And we got not just DJs, but we got cooks, we got crafters, we have gamers, motivational shows, talk shows. We have so many women imaginable on this raid train. And keep in mind, there's actually over 2 million streamers on Twitch. So I wasn't able to get to the 2 million. If I missed you, and if you're still interested in getting on the raid train, and if you, are fine with some of the guidelines on this train, because again, it's against human trafficking. We're raising funds for a restoration house for victims of human trafficking. So it is definitely going to be some serious content. And I hope you guys could all come to my show this Friday. I just actually talked to the organization today. Oh man, you guys, it's just been such a blessing. I can't even describe all the things that have happened this month. But I had a video chat with the organization today. Laura Ross is part of Seeds Canada, which she has a huge vision for a restoration house. She's worked 10 years with women that have been sex trafficked as well. She also is going to bring a survivor on. I'm in the middle of talking to someone that is a survivor, and I don't think I'm going to ask them to share their full story, because a lot of it is very graphic and explicit and can kind of trigger various emotions for anyone that has gone through it. So I'm not going to ask her exact story to share, but it takes a tremendous amount of bravery to share what she's going to share. So I'm just kind of working on getting her as a guest on Friday, and hopefully she'll come on with us and kind of teach us what she could kind of share for all of us to get educated a little bit more on human trafficking. And also I have John Castles on. This guy is so real in terms of saying it how it is. He's been fighting human trafficking since the 90s, actually the 80s, helping children and also women. And I also spoke to a few people in parliament that have actually rescued 8,000 guys, 8,000 women and children from Air Canada, working with Air Canada and the RCMP. So this is definitely really big. So I just wanted to go a little bit more into, what my raid train is about. It's not just Twitch, and it's not just a massive raid train to unite female shows, but I really want people to understand the heart and the mission behind this raid train, and how important it is for me that people are really on board with this fundraiser and really understand it. And we have a few people in the room, like Lavonda Rocks. She's part of my raid train. We have Mimi Berry, my mod, that's helped me and spent countless days, I'm talking weeks, guys, on the amazing flyers. So what would help me is definitely get the word out. It's this Friday, March 25th to March 30th, 6 days straight, all female streamers, 94, close to 100 streamers and shows. Took a lot of effort, a lot of work. And just grab my flyers from Instagram, retag, repost, talk about it on your shows. If you guys have shows during the week, ask other people to raid into this whole 6 day raid train. And again, it's not about me, it's not about all the shows. It's truly the heart and the mission is to help these victims in human trafficking, getting them a restoration house. We're looking at clothes, products for them, and also just having them to have a safe house once they get out of trafficking to go to, and also for the children. So that's my main mission here. I know I'm talking a lot about this, but really passionate about the raid train. We're going to bring in DJ Diamondlee right now as well, and go from there. But yes, so make sure you guys do what you can. Even mods can make an effort to really advertise and help this event. But the key is I'm trying to raise $15,000 between almost 100 shows. I believe we can get there. I believe we could actually do more. So I'm hoping something beautifully incredible happens with this raid train, and I truly believe it will. So thanks, you guys, for all your support, all your help. And let's bring in DJ Diamondlee all the way from Ohio. And he's got some pretty interesting stories to share about his DJ journey, just how he is. He's a husband, he's a father of 3 kids. I'm going to ask, how does this guy balance? I could barely balance out my life. Like, how does he balance it out? I could barely balance it out, guys, in aisle 2. And this guy has it down packed. He's got like aisle 1 balanced, aisle 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I don't know how he balances everything out. Like, even when we were talking on the phone, he was, doing various things with his kids and cooking and everything else while he's on the phone with me. And I could barely multitask like that. So I got to give that guy props. So let's bring in DJ Diamondlee. Make sure you guys give him a warm welcome right now, too, as well.
Oh,
Hey.
hey, thank you for that warm welcome. You need those Kova air horns.
Yeah, I know. I do. I do. I don't want to copy him, but I think I do need. So I got to figure out how to put air horns because I don't have anything hooked up to my controller here.
Hmm.
It's just my laptop. So I'm trying to figure out how do I do all this in the sound with the air. Last time I used horns on a reggae train we just did recently for the Queens. I had a few DJs message me. They're like, Honey Flow, like you're blasting people out with those horns. So you might want to lower down the volume. Yeah.
No, that's all understandable. Yeah, thanks for having me here on the show. Your mission is really huge. Before I move on, I just want to say what's up. Beautiful Rose is in the building, my wifey for lifey, as they say, the slogan. And my wife actually is very close to that effort,
Oh,
in
wow.
regards to human trafficking. Her heart goes out to all those women and children that go through that. She was actually a CASA officer, which is a something in our court systems in the U.S. where it's
Mhm.
like right before it goes to social work, where she was actually helped out, looking in the homes and making sure kids were okay and the things were set. So her heart is very close to that. So you'll definitely see a donation from us.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. She'd be someone to talk to. Beautiful Rose is his wife, you guys, which is amazing. So thanks for coming through. Beautiful Rose, I would definitely love to talk to you maybe after when this raid train is over and, chop it up and have a great conversation just to learn a little bit more. Because I'm learning so much about human trafficking and this whole month, like meeting with some of the survivors, and it's just mind boggling the opinion and the myths and the things that you may have but really not know unless if you're in in that. So that's awesome to hear you guys also have hearts for that too. And thank you so much. I really appreciate that, all the support. It's definitely taken a lot of work to get here. So
Salute to that.
yeah. So this is DJ Diamondlee, guys. He's always been a great supporter of my show. He's always come through, which I've always appreciated about you. You've been, I would say I don't know you well, but from what I gather, you seem like one of those really great family, like nice guys, on Twitch. And that's not easy to find in this industry. So really
Amen
down
to
to earth.
that.
Yeah, really down to earth, like zero ego, and I've watched your shows, and you do have the skill level where you really could have a large ego because you're on point with everything,
I
on the
try really
turntables.
hard.
Yeah, but you always have struck me as more of a down to earth guy in this industry, which I think is really awesome. One huge great
Thank you.
trait I think I notice when I look at people that I bring on my show. So, we got to thank the wifey. She did a good job here too.
Oh
Beautiful
yeah,
Rose.
definitely, definitely. Nothing starts until we talk to the wifey and make sure we're all on the same page. And also shout out to Mimi Berry. I've known Mimi Berry for quite a while. She's helped me out a lot with some of my emotes and stuff like that. So yeah, I am at Twitch hype man. I see that there. But yeah, we work together on getting things, with Twitch, in our life, in our home. Family is always first with us. That is a lot of reason why. I know we'll talk about the scheduling later, but that's another reason why I kind of keep my schedule to a minimum. With the family schedule, with my full-time job, we can't be on 24/7. And you guys know how Twitch is. The streets are thick. The Twitch
Hmm.
streets are thick. I mean, you'll be on Twitch, next thing you know, it's like 10 hours later,
Oh, yeah,
and you're
so
still
true.
on Twitch, chatting, listening to music, just, the whole nine yards. So, we definitely communicate the goals with each other and get on the same page. That's very important.
Yeah, it's so true. That's really, really good to have balance. I see you, Sonia from the Netherlands. How you
Yes.
doing? I'm seeing your new home. It looks beautiful, Sonia. I'm seeing that go up, which is really great, and I'm glad that the move was successful for you. I'm seeing some of your posts on peeking through them when I have time, and I had a chance to check out Lavonda Rock show this morning, which is awesome. This girl has the best. This girl doesn't even need a green screen. I'm telling you, you got to check her background. Like I love it. Like just how it looks and how she looks on camera. She really doesn't need like to be flying through the sky in a green screen. She's got the perfect background. So make sure you guys add those shows. Of course, Sonia does games, a lot of fun games and different things.
Can
Lavonda
I tell a quick
DJs.
story about Sonya?
Sure. Yeah.
So Sonya, she's new to Twitch, and she's always had a very big heart.
Hmm.
And Tweak Music Tips has always seen her kind of pop through. And Twitch is a broadcasting system, so you can kind of do anything. And I know we'll
Hmm.
we'll go more into some of those stories that me and you kind of discovered with what people broadcast. But Sonya's a gamer, different time zones. So a lot of time our East Coast shows, I mean, it's like 12 at night for her. And Tweak Music Tips, I've been in her stream just to say hello because I've seen her. She's very nice. And Tweak Music Tips gave her a raid. Man, I don't know. Must have been about maybe 4 months ago, Sonya. I don't
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
And I tell you, someone who was totally appreciative of a raid, she just stopped and was so thankful. She had tears of joy
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
jubilation,
Yeah.
and she was so thankful. She's about to cry right now. She's
Yeah.
about to cry right now.
So
But
true.
those big raids and those big type of, those moments on Twitch where you just get a community just kind of wraps around there, gives the Twitch hands hugs. It's just amazing. And just to see her, I shed a tear because she was so
Actually,
excited.
I did too. I actually cried. Sonia is from the Netherlands. She said she's crying. I actually caught the replay because I heard so much hype about this raid, Tweak raiding into her that like after I saw it, I actually cried too. I got really emotional because of her surprise, and it was funny because all these emotes were flying. And I also want to welcome, before we get into all the Twitch lingo, I see Aubrey from Facebook. How you doing?
Hey,
Great to see you all the way from Peg City, my home city. Great to see you, Aubrey. You'll probably catch a lot of these comments through Twitch, not on
salute.
Facebook or YouTube, but salute to everyone on Facebook and YouTube. I actually just started streaming to Facebook and YouTube, but Twitch, you guys will see all the comments here. So if you guys hear a lot of Twitch lingo, bear with us. But a raid is when someone just basically takes everyone they have in their room on their show into the next show. So sometimes you could surprise people with like 200 or 300 people if they're on your show, and that's what we're talking about now. That we surprised, Tweak surprised Sonia, and it was such a great, yeah, that was such a great moment, and
Yes,
and just seeing her, yeah, her emotion, and then all the emotes flying, and just she couldn't contain her emotion. And I think those are the
yes,
best shows, when
I
you
agree.
when you see someone that's so humble and so grateful. And yeah, that was an I hope you downloaded that show, Sonia, because that was epic. Yeah, exactly what Mimi Berry said. She said she was there, and it was epic as well. Aw, Sonia says, "Yes, I'm crying." Yeah, Lavonda says, "Yeah, that is so wonderful." Hey, we have Shannon in the building. How are you doing? Great to see you as well.
Thanks for being here.
She sent me a great message on Instagram. So salute to you. And I just found out she's kind of in my home province, Ontario, which is pretty
Small
awesome.
world.
And she's just got affiliated and just starting kind of a motivational show too.
Oh,
So I
that's
think
great.
that's really incredible. It's always good to meet other people that are on the same wavelength and path as you are, which I find interesting. Mimi Berry says, yes, that was a very touching moment. And oh, she downloaded it. Yeah, because sometimes you forget, right?
Right.
Um, and thank you so much for coming through, Shannon. We appreciate you as well. She says, happy to be here. Love what this represents, empowering women and sisters for sure. And
Yes.
that's the way it should be. Oh, wow, Sonia, thank you. Thanks for those bits. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so
Brr,
much
brr,
for
brr,
those
brr,
bits.
brr.
Yeah, I need a buzzer. I definitely do. So we are talking to you, DJ Diamond Lee, the one and only. I definitely need some like gunshots and like some sirens off my turntables. I'll have to work on that. But so why don't you tell everyone? I know I mentioned you're from Ohio, but
Hmm.
why don't you? Oh, wow. Okay, sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I need some buzzers. Wow, thank you so much, Shannon. She just cheered me 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. I really truly appreciate that. Says
Yeah.
we're
Let's.
Oh gosh, it says we're close to a hype train. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all your support. I truly do. So yes, so you are from Ohio, and I just wanted people to know like I guess what is your city known for, and did you also grow up in Ohio as well?
Yeah, sure. So, Ohio, definitely. I'm born and raised in Cleveland. Um,
Hmm.
I currently live in outside of Cleveland, a little town near Bowling Green. No one knows where it is, so we're gonna just stick to Cleveland, okay?
Yeah.
Cleveland, Ohio is known for many things. Obviously, we have Cleveland, we have Cincinnati, and we have Columbus. But Cleveland has the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So all the rock and roll greats from you know every decade, no matter Canada, UK, US, they're all there. So that's a great place to be. Also, we have the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. So all the sports fanatics, come down. All the celebrities come down there. Also, Cleveland. We won our first NBA championship. I know I don't want to go too much in the NBA. We'll be talking Raptors, Cavs, the whole thing.
Oh, hey, we're gonna have a battle. If we talk Raptors and Cavs, we're
I
gonna have
know.
a real battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll just leave it as congrats to the rings. We'll leave it at that,
yeah,
for
true.
sure. But obviously, Cincinnati is a huge town as well, home of DJ Vader Mix, who's also a
Oh,
partner.
did you get
So,
a chance to meet any of those guys? Vader Mix. I keep forgetting he's from
well,
Ohio.
also one thing about Ohio that kind of connects with Twitch is that there's going to be an Ohio meetup, which is
Hmm.
going to be sponsored by Vader Mix, D Man, and DJ Relly Rel.
Hmm.
Relly Rel and D Man are from Cleveland, Ohio, and thanks for the bits, by the way.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much for the oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at another computer. I don't want to interrupt, but I want to also thank people
oh, it's
for
okay.
giving me bits and subs. Thank you so much, Sonia, for the gifted sub to Shannon as well. I appreciate that. And thank you, Shannon, so much for those 1,000 bits, and Sonia for the bits, and also for the message on Instagram. I thought that was extra special, and it always keeps me more motivated when I get personal messages like that. They truly mean everything to me. So I really appreciated that. Yeah. So yeah. So sorry, what were you saying?
Oh,
You're
it's okay.
mentioning
I'm on the
the meetup.
page. I got you covered. So
Yeah.
I was saying the Ohio meetup and Twitch are kind of connected. So so all the Twitch streamers, if you want to meet some of the Ohio DJs, they will be there. There's going to be a cruise. There's going to be a cookout. There's going to be, of course, the nightlife time. but it's a great opportunity for all the Ohio Twitch streamers, viewers, and also DJs to connect. Unfortunately, I will not be there because I have a oh, my dog is peeking through. Because I'm actually DJ a wedding that weekend, and also
Okay.
I have a family reunion that weekend, so I won't be there. But
Hmm.
that's just a little something Ohio is known for. Ohio is very eclectic. So we have every single culture, every single nationality. So no matter where your origins are, oh, Cedar Point, how could I forget?
Hmm.
Cedar Point, one of the national, you know, roller coasters, amusement parks worldwide. So yes, Cedar Point is in Sandusky, very big tourist town.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Sorry, when was that meetup group again for you guys?
I'm gonna butcher the date, but
Hmm.
if you go on to, I want to say it's July.
I'm gonna see
Oh,
if I could try to cross the border and come, even if I have to come alone. I'm gonna definitely. No, I'm serious. I mean, I did
yeah.
go to Cleveland on my own for a Raptors game, and you guys blew us out in Cleveland by 40 points. And I remember us Canadians, I've never seen so many Torontonians so friendly with each other in my life. Like everyone was instant family. It was so great. But we were singing "Oh Canada" in your arena, and all I remember is all the Americans were like "USA, USA!" Like they're yelling it at us in the arena. I'm like, maybe I should find some Canadians to sit beside in this arena. Like you guys mean your bit, like mean business when it comes to your sports, you know?
Definitely. We're a diehard sports town. You know, we're a blue collar town.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of hard workers, a lot of great people, a lot of friendly people in Ohio, except for during the Cavs game.
Oh yeah, that's true. How did you guys feel when LeBron left? Did you?
Me personally, I was upset.
Mhm.
Obviously, you know, it's just kind of like you're in a marriage, you know, with
Mhm.
a player for so long, and he's so awesome, and he left. And I have a brother who lives in Florida, so I was like, "Hey Jordan, what's your address, man?" So I sent him my LeBron jersey, which
Mhm.
was dumb because LeBron came back. He
Mhm.
came back, so I was hurt. With the city was hurt, but we got over it and we said, look, it's a business, and we weren't bringing him the players he needed. So he came back and gave us a ring. So he's good with me. He can come over to dinner anytime.
Like, were you guys hurt, like, kinda like LeBron when he fakes fouls and pretends like his elbow's injured and he's like this? I should have pulled up some Raptors clips for you guys just to prove my case,
Oh
because
my
I remember one time
golly.
he played, I think it was DeRozan when DeRozan played here, and Lowry, he jumped
Oh,
on DeRozan's back, and then he fell down, and then he's like this, he faked an injury, but everyone was laughing. If you Google
oh
LeBron's,
my Lord.
acting skills on the basketball court,
We have to
he
pull some
jumped.
Kawhi Leonard
Yeah,
clips too. We
yeah.
got to pull out some Kawhi
But
Leonard clips.
he jumped on our player's back, and then he fell on the ground, and then he pretended that he got hurt, and I just remember, I think it was Lowry or DeRozan for the Raptors, they're like, "What the heck? Like, what did we do? The guy literally jumped on our back," you know? I was just like, "I'm sorry." I know he's talented, but I just it's like seeing Michael Jordan do that, so I have to
Oh,
admit, I'm not a LeBron. I know you guys are
Jordan
gonna
was a
hate me. I'm not a
Jordan
LeBron
was a
fan.
beast, man. Jordan's got some stories that won't come out.
Yeah,
So,
that's probably true, but
you know,
he's an
he's
overall
yeah,
amazing
Jordan's the
player.
GOAT. Jordan's the GOAT,
He's the
you know,
GOAT,
6-0. You can't beat that. But LB is definitely on the Mount Rushmore.
and he did it with his tongue sticking out. Who can do that? And chewing gum. Who could chew gum for, like, 10 hours and play ball and do what Jordan did? No one can do it. No
Nope.
one can even play sick. Remember he had the flu, and he played that,
Hmm.
like, so long in the finals? It's just unbelievable. But anyways, if you guys aren't really basketball fans, you're probably not getting it, so I'll change the subject. But, Stirs de Soul says, "Is Torontonians a thing?" Yes, that's what we call ourselves in Toronto, Torontonians,
Wow.
the T dot, the six, you know, that's kind of what we say here. But people outside of Toronto don't consider themselves, you know, from Toronto because there's so many suburbs, right? It's a
Oh
big
yeah.
province,
Huge.
big city, but we just say Toronto because the rest of the world, that's all they really know is Toronto.
That's why I
So
say Ohio and not
yeah,
Bowling Green. So
exactly.
it's all good.
Oh, actually, Stirs de Soul has a question. How did you guys get LeBron the first time, then didn't you win the lottery too out of the 3 next years? Good question.
Yeah, we got LeBron out of the lottery. Um, yeah, I think we got him out of the lottery the first time, and he wanted to come to Cleveland because we were the worst team ever. And then, yeah, out of those next drafts, we got, of course, we got Kyrie. Then we had that other guy, cannot remember his name, but we passed on a couple of big names, but yeah, we definitely got the first, I think, number one draft picks. I think 3 out of the 4 years in a row. And you know how it is, Stirs, when you got a bunch of young guys, trying to take it there. So yeah, we tried, but it's all about the end result, brother. It's all about the
I don't
end
know what's
result.
going on here. I don't know if Sturz is talking basketball or if he's flirting with my mod. I can't really tell what's going on between these messages. So we always bug him because he never gives us electronic roses and he gives everyone else. He doesn't do that with me and Clarky, you know? He'll give us dead flowers before he even gives us electronic rose. But anyways, that's off topic. So let's see here. You said kid from Ohio coincidence, then won the lottery when you list your star. Not fishy at all. Hmm.
Yeah, it was I mean, every single draft there's always controversy. I mean, it doesn't matter what year you pull it out. There's always controversy. And remember too, in the NBA, it got so bad with the draft that they stopped doing the losers got the worst record got the first pick. They went to the lottery system.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could go conspiracy theories all night long, but basketball's fun. NBA is a great league. A lot of great players. I try not to get hung up too much on that stuff because it's out of my control. It's over my pay grade, man.
Yeah, exactly. So besides basketball, obviously you DJ and you have kind of a long-standing career DJing. So
Mhm.
I want people to know kind of like where did your love, I guess, first started with DJing and music? Where did that come from?
Yeah, sure. So, I've been a DJ since I've been doing DJing weddings since 1999.
Wow.
Salute to Prince. I know you guys are singing that in your head right now. Um, but I have been doing weddings since then. But before that, I was actually, in love with music ever since I was in high school. I mean, I was the kid in high school that made all the mixtapes. So when it's time for the high school hangout party, they threw in my 2 hour mixtape. And back then, if you were familiar with how to make tapes, it was pause tapes. So
Yeah.
you record a song, you pause it, add another one. So that's my love. And honestly, when I was in about sixth, seventh grade, we used to ride the bus to school. There was always that older kid had that brown paper bag of cassette tapes, singles. So, I used my lunch money, man, buy those cassette singles. And back then, singles were gold. They
Hmm.
were gold. So I've always had love for music, big time.
That's so cool. Do you still have those cassette tapes?
If you gave me a minute, I will run upstairs and get them. I still got about 50 of those tapes.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, let's see, I think I still have mine since I'm 13 years old. That's when I started as well. You're at but the thing that's crazy is going back to your 13-year-old self. Like, I actually did a mixtape show last year, and I'll probably do it again. I said, don't judge my 13-year-old self, but how do you guys feel about the mixes I did? So I tried putting the BPMs a little bit together, but I tried
Mm-hmm.
playing it as I had it on the cassette. And I don't
Mm.
know how I did this, but I did slow jams on one side and gangster rap on the other. And that's how all my tapes were. So, I'm like, wow, I had no business listening to these songs like in grade 7, 8, like Jodeci and some of the lyrics. I mean, it's way
Mm-hmm.
worse now, I think, with Chris Brown and Trey songs and half the lyrics you hear. But Aubrey from Facebook says, I recall my mixtapes. We used to put those together, definitely
Gold.
gold. um,
Gold.
Aubrey says she has mine. And Mimi Berry says she still got her mixtapes as well. Stirs the Soul says, push, pause, mixing. It's so
Yes,
true.
sir.
Let's see here. Shannon says, from the radio, and the announcer would always interrupt. That's so
Every
true.
time.
Mixtape fail.
Every time. And plus too, back in the day, to get music, we were all broke. We were all
Hmm.
broke, but we had lots of time, and you could buy a pack of Memorex, cassette tapes for a good amount, $10. You get, six, seven of them. All of us were up at 12 o'clock at night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., recording. A lot of us just left it recorded and just listened to the gold the next day. So, that was the best way, especially a lot of the artists really got their music out was going on those, late night mix shows because they'd never played any type of hip hop really mainstream during the daytime. That didn't really become popular until kind of the late 90s. So,
Hmm.
as 90s tapes, gold.
Did they also play it? Because I know in my city, they never played hip hop, R&B. Like it was very underground. You wouldn't hear it in a clothing store. You wouldn't hear it in a restaurant. You wouldn't even hear it on the radio. So I don't even know how I got all my mixtapes as a teenager. I don't even remember because it was very underground. You had to really dig for it. Was that like that in Ohio or no?
Well, I was just a little guy, so I had no idea. But I do know that, in Cleveland is an urban city,
Hmm.
so there's a lot of clubs in Cleveland. I just remember as a young kid, my dad getting all dressed up and to go to the 25 and up club. He had his top hat and his, clean purple, all purple suit with the Gators, just him and my uncle just ready to tear up the town. And I'm sitting here like, 13, like, where you guys going, Dad? Go to bed, son. So, I know that they used to probably cut it up big time at those older clubs, but as a kid, you would have no idea.
Yeah, that's definitely. I know Shannon says, "Oh, those were the days. I still have all my Janet Jackson that I bought, though." Yes, I mean, and we're reliving those days on Twitch by playing because I would say my audience is probably I would say anywhere from mid 30s all the way up to like 70s. That's the audience I have on Twitch. A
Hmm.
lot of people think Twitch is just this young app for kids, but since quarantine, Twitch has been invaded with like so many different shows, talk shows, and anyone that's really a broadcaster has really come on here, and especially the DJs, right? So
Correct.
I find it interesting when people are like, "What the heck," or they'll say that about TikTok, and now you see Instagram and Facebook copying TikToking, right? You're seeing the
Hmm.
reels, but then I remember getting made fun of, like, "What the heck, my grade sixers TikTok," but I don't know. It's interesting because now you're seeing that, and I really feel like Twitch is going to go to different spaces as well, especially for broadcasting. It's just going to keep, getting bigger and better, I think.
I
So,
agree.
yeah. So let's see. Stirs to Soul says I used to have to stay listening to weekend shows, Red Alert,
Yep.
Latin Rascals. Yes. Hey, Prodigy, great to see you. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Here's another guy. He's
Yes.
he's going to make partner. He's definitely gonna make partners soon. I'm waiting for the day, but, I knew he would at, like, less than 1,000 people when I saw him, when I first started watching him. Like, yeah, he's definitely got the full performance show, which I think is great. We got Bex B in the building. Great to see you.
Yes. Family, UK
Yes.
fam, Prodigy United fam. I love
Yeah.
it. All the fam in here. I love it. I love it.
Exactly. So you said that Ohio was pretty multicultural. So, which is interesting to me. I guess I didn't really gather that too much, but I only visited one time, so I don't really
Mhm.
know. And you think small city or small place compared to, say, a Toronto. So when I was visiting, you had some interesting, things to say about your background. So why don't you explain what your background is to people and or we could actually get them guessing. Should we get them guessing what your background is? I
Yeah,
think that would
yeah.
be interesting. Yeah. How about you guys take a guess and let us know what you think DJ Diamondlee's background is or ethnicity when you just look at him? What do you think? You could probably pass for a lot of different things. But what do you guys think he is? I'm curious. So before we go into before I let you guys know. But there was an interesting story that you had, uh, and actually growing up. So you said you've been DJing and mixing and doing different things since like the 90s or
Hmm.
so, you would say.
Yes.
Um, so then what types of events actually, and we'll give them time to guess what your background is in the chat room. Just throw any answer in, that you guys think, and I'll let you know in a sec. But what type of events have you done, growing up and over the years as a DJ?
Yeah, sure. So, kind of growing up, definitely done a lot of. I started DJing a lot in college. College is kind of where you buy your first, physical piece of equipment, and someone actually pays you. To me, that's when you're a DJ. When someone pays you to push play or mix. So I DJ'd in a lot of bars, kind of growing up. Actually, met my wife at one of the bars I DJ'd at. I was very close friends with her sister, and she brought her older sister with her, and I was like, "Who is that?" And that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I definitely used to DJ in bars a lot. Actually, coming from the bar scene, I started DJing, doing weddings and events, especially on Bowling Green's campus. And kind of from doing that, I did international events, honor society. People were like, "Hey, why don't you DJ my wedding?" And I'm like, "Are you sure you want Jay-Z at the wedding? Are you sure you want all this flavor at the wedding?" And people were like, "Yep." So from that, I kind of got more into weddings, but I had a couple of unique events along the way.
Hmm.
And I know we'll kind of touch into that. Do you want me to go into those couple of events that I did that were pretty interesting?
Yeah, we could. Well, actually, before you do it, I'm trying to see if there's any
The
guesses.
nationality, yeah.
I don't see too many other guesses in here except from Stirs de Soul. Where is Stirs de Soul's? I'm just trying to find his
Ethnicity,
message here
yeah.
I could post here. But do you guys have any other guesses on his background or nationality? I'll give you guys probably 30 seconds. I know there's a bit of a delay between us. And I'm trying to find Stir's comment here so I could post it. Now I can't find it.
I see their background looks black. We all got that right there, bro. Got that
It's
right there.
funny. Okay, I don't see any other guesses. Oh, what? Oh, geez. Are you kidding me? Are you guys kidding me? Really, right now? This is not the right time to do this. And you just reminded me, guys. You reminded me that I have to shut this mask. So, for anyone on Facebook and
Got a
anyone,
redemption.
oh, this is so annoying. So, for anyone that's on Facebook, anyone that's on YouTube, I have to explain this so they don't think I'm cray cray. We have this thing on Twitch called channel points, and I have a Batman mask. So anything, if they have enough points, you accumulate channel points by coming to my show and other people's shows. So if you come to my show, you get higher points. So I have a Batman mask redeemed. Mariposa, I don't like you right now. For real. Jeez.
And then she hit the I lurk right after that.
Man, are you serious?
Sometimes you just have to say, "Hey, I'm just gonna redeem it to you on my next show." Sometimes you just got to do that. Ask her if she's good with, redoing it on another show if you don't want to do it. Because I know
Uh,
how it
no,
goes.
I'll do it. I'll grab it. I don't have it with me because I keep forgetting on my talk show. Like, I'm just like, "Oh, it's near my DJ equipment, so I have to grab it." But you guys are reminding me to make sure I shut it off for my human trafficking. Can you imagine? I'm talking about a serious topic this Friday, and they get me to redeem
Oh
the mask.
Lord.
That'll throw me off big time with the questions and everything, you know? Yeah, that would be brutal. So, Aubrey says he thinks you're from Trinidad. You could definitely pass for Trini for sure. You could pass for anything in the Caribbean, really. Um, Oh, Mariposa says just put it on. So Mariposa was the culprit that is forcing me to wear a mask. Godfather of Love says stalling. Yes, I do that very well. I do that very well. DJ RL Breezy says, "What up, Diamond?" in the chat. Great to see you,
Breezy. What's
Breezy,
good, King? How you doing, fam?
all the way from Chicago. We got Bex B from
Shy.
the UK in the building. My mod, Mimi Berry, Mariposa is like no redo honey bunches now. Oh man, I can't believe
Uh,
you guys are making me do this.
and so
Okay.
I'll go to the background while you do your thing.
Yeah, so you can shout out people and and have a little chat with them. I'm going to just grab it quickly and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
I won't leave
Uh,
you hanging.
oh no, it's all good.
And if you need to talk with them, you could let them know your background too. And Mariposa, just watch out on these Twitch streets. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab it. Okay.
Hey, no problem. Yeah, salute to everybody in the chat. All right, so we'll go do a couple shout outs before I go into it. So definitely Bex, I see you UK fam, rolling deep. Godfather of Love. That is a great name. You need to tell us about how you actually got that name. That is really sweet. Mimi Berry and Bex burning that midnight oil over there in the UK. And of course, Breezy in the house. Loving it, loving it. Stirs soul, man. I love those comments you made, man. Yeah, I did deflect a little bit on that NBA, but I'm a wedding DJ, so I'm good at that kind of PC. Keep it PC. So I feel you on that, man. Thank you for bringing that up. Altruistic Shannon, yeah, love all the comments you make it too. Salute to you as well. Yeah, Bex family, yeah, yep. Sanji still rocking, still rocking. I did a couple shout outs for. I didn't go too deep.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm putting it on, guys. Oh my gosh, you better not make me wear this, guys. I'm shutting off my points on all you guys. Like for real. There's a long story behind this crazy mask. And I can't even see when I have to put it on and use my controller. I'm like this, like trying to get the switch. I can't see anything because my eyeballs, if you haven't noticed, are much bigger than these
Yeah,
cutouts.
look like altruistic Shannon. She got it.
I look angry. I look like an angry Catwoman. This is nothing for me. And if anyone decides to clip this, I will get you back. Trust me. I have your
Here
Instagram pages. I will find you. I will find each and every one of you guys. So there is kind of a funny story behind this mask, but it might be a bit too long to get into. I was doing a Comic Con series with a bunch of DJs on here and DJ Prodigy and Vance Dell and those guys. And I was in the store trying to look cute and buy a Catwoman
on.
mask, but it wasn't Catwoman. I got to my car and realized this mask looks like Catwoman has like Botox here. Like I look angry. Like I don't look like a cute cat, like a Catwoman. So I get in my car and I put on this mask and I didn't realize that there was a couple beside me watching me. So it looked like I was talking to myself with this mask on. And I look over at them, forgetting that I had the mask on, and they're just giving me the weirdest looks. So I called Vance Dale and did a video. I said, "Hey, I thought Catwoman looked cuter. Like I look so angry." He's like, "Girlfriend, that ain't Catwoman. That's Batman. You got the wrong mask." So that's what happened, and this is why I use this stupid mask for my channel points. Shannon, if you're doing a show, I don't recommend this for you. Don't ever use channel
Come on.
points for a Batman mask because this is what will happen to you. And it also gets worse because when I did the Comic Con series, I Googled Catwoman so much that I was in character. So I kept going like this in front of the camera, saying I wanted to beat someone up. Like, I'm like, I want to beat you up because I was so fired up watching Catwoman and Wonder Woman. And I'm like, I want to beat you up and I'm going to beat someone up. And I was
Jeez.
getting a little crazy. But DJ Diamondlee, the worst thing to do is wear this mask, tell people you're going to beat them up, and play Ice Cube. What's that song? Put your back into it or you can do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. So it was bad. It was just it didn't go together. And some DJs called me. They're like, I have back spasms because I'm laughing so hard. You're giving me back spasms. Because if they know me, I mean, maybe this girl Xtina, how you doing, girl? Girlfriend? Maybe she can do that. I can't do that. If you know my personality, I think she's got the spunk to do it, but that's just not me. So, anyways, that's the story behind this crazy mask. So, let's get back to you. I can't even read my questions here. I can't
Oh,
see
it's okay.
anything.
We were talking about the nationality thing.
Did you tell them?
No, not yet. I was waiting on you.
Okay, so
So,
you go ahead. Yeah.
all right. So we'll go into it real quick. I'll get hook you up.
No, it's not that one, DJ Don. It's you can do it, put your back into it. Yes, that's it. You can do it. Oh, put your mask into it. Oh no,
Yes,
you got it
man.
too. Yeah.
Me a Rastafari, this a Rasta leap on the microphone, man. Me can't see nothing pon these dreads, man. Me can't see nothing pon this. Me can't hear nothing. Yes, a
Oh,
Rasta leap on the airwaves, man. My whole family from Jamaica. Whole family from Jamaica, man. Me mother, she from Kingston. My father from Montego Bay, man. But we have a whole Asian thing as well, man. That's why me get the last name is Lee, man. Lee. So yeah, we a Rasta thing on this. Rasta. Yeah, yes. And I'm Irish too. Yes, I'm Irish too. Yes, man. Yeah, Irish.
oh man, we're gonna look so crazy on Facebook and they're gonna wonder what we're doing. Instagram and oh yeah, Bex. That's what I was kind of thinking in my head too, but I can't say anything because I could barely speak patois. The only thing I can do is
Yeah,
wagwan, wagwan. That's
yeah,
it.
my patois weak, man. Me, me live in Ohio, man. Me have no other brethren to sharpen the edge thing with, man. Me just, this is what me got, man. This all me got, man. This all me got.
Mimi very
What
excited.
this?
What this? Yeah, that's hilarious. I just know wagwan. And apparently I know what sweet like pumpkin means now too. Do you know what pumpkin means?
Well, you got to use it in a sentence.
Like, okay, you know the song. I'm going to take this mask off soon. I'm done with this mask. Do you guys know the song? What is the song called that's thick like a dumpling, sweet like pumpkin? Do you know that song? You're thick like I can't sing it. You're thick like a dumpling, sweet like a pumpkin.
Well,
So
pumpkin is a sweet, pumpkin pie,
yeah,
is a,
Pumpkin, I thought it was a girl's personality. I thought Pumpkin, the song, the whole time I've been asking my chat room for an entire year. I said to all the ladies, "Hey, do you like pumpkin? I'd rather a man say you're sweet like a pumpkin. I'd rather because that's sweet. That's an endearing term." And all the women are laughing hysterically. They're like, "Oh yeah, honey Flo, we like pumpkin." And I'm just like, "Okay." So I started singing the song at this barbecue, and it was mostly Caribbean people at this barbecue. I think Curly T was there. I see her up here somewhere on Facebook watching. If you're still in the room, Curly T, let me know. And this Jamaican guy, straight from Jamaica, he's like, "You know what you're singing?" I'm like, "Yeah, Sweet Like Pumpkin." Oh, here's Curly T. Curly T, it was at the all white barbecue,
oh
and
my
she's
gosh.
a dancer, and her daughter is. So we were at this barbecue, Dawn's barbecue here in Toronto, and this Jamaican guy starts shaking his head. He's like, "Do you know what these lyrics mean?" I said, "Yeah, sweet like a pumpkin. She's got a nice personality." Or the girl's thick like a dumpling. I don't want a guy calling me that I'm thick because that technically means that I'm fat. And I've been called that before online and off of line. And he started laughing. He's like, "No, girl, pumpkin means something else." I was like, "Oh, I did not know that." I was like, "That is new to me." So I need patois translation. Someone needs to help me
Well,
because
thick is a term of endearment in
yeah,
many
I know.
cultures.
Okay, I'm taking this off now. It's been more than a couple minutes.
There you go. You got it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Vansdale, and everyone, you guys better not have clipped me. I know it's endearing, but I don't like it. I don't like when someone calls me thick. I take it as an insult because I've been called fat, like,
Well,
not PHAT. I've been called FAT for real. I don't like it. Oh,
well,
fluffy. I don't like fluffy. Get
if
out of here
you
with fluffy.
I mean, you should, got people shouldn't talk to you that way regardless,
Yeah.
especially if they don't know you.
Hmm.
I personally, even in the old single days, I would never dare even go down that road. And I'm happy to say that I got my beautiful wife off respect and love. So I feel you.
Yes, love. This is love, guys. I had a friend the other day just said, "Hey, your face is looking kind of round on the camera. It looks like it's looking
I
extra
got you,
round."
Vansdale,
I said,
United Crew.
"Thank
I see
you.
you.
I appreciate that."
Huggable. I like that, Don.
Curly T, how you doing, Curly T? So Curly T says you learned something new that day. I think I need a urban dictionary for Americans because I've also learned what heffa is. I didn't know what that was before. Just different lingo like bike. Like when someone said I am bike, I literally thought the girl was riding her bike if you know Krish 11.
I
I
never
thought
heard that.
yeah, I thought it's a Southern term. It means I'm back, like I'm back. And I
Oh,
literally thought
okay.
Krish 11 was riding her bike. I'm like, she doesn't strike me as a bike rider with a helmet on listening to Twitch. So they were all dying. The funny
Healthy, I love it.
stories, the funny stories on here. Even with everyone in the UK, I'm learning words like brilliant, rubbish, how they use those different
Mm-hmm.
terms when they
Oh
get
yeah.
upset. Like, "That's rubbish." I find that hilarious. It's so cute. So oh, yeah, and Vance Dell, he uses doggone it a lot. I find that hilarious. Every time he's like, "Doggone it," in his thick thick Southern drawl, like, that's Vance
Yeah,
Dell.
that's my brother right there.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, it's definitely fun. So then did you tell them, because you did say Jamaican, but did you say
Yeah, so yeah, that was my terrible Jamaican patois. So that's my channel point on my thing too, my Rasta Lee. But yeah, my parents both from Jamaica. I know I saw Bex mention that too, and a couple other people have some Caribbean descent. So my family, yeah, my dad's from Montego Bay, and his father is actually from uh well, his grandfather's from Shanghai.
Hmm,
So my great grandfather linked up, with my great great grandmother from Africa, and then they, decided to move to Jamaica. And so my grandfather is very, if you go to Jamaica, Lee, Shim, a lot of Asian culture in Jamaica. I mean, not to get too deep in the politics side, but Jamaica's owned a lot by a lot of Asian investors. So we're all kind of blended, and Jamaica is a blended place. We got a lot of Latin people, a lot of people from the UK. I mean, some people are like surprised, they see someone pale, white person in Jamaica with
speaking
dreadlocks. They're like, you
patois?
speaking Pato, like you're faking Jamaican. Like, no, brethren, me from Jamaica. Start speaking in a deep, deep patois. I'm talking going up in the hills type patois. So Jamaica is a very big blending pot. A lot of it because of the location. It was a port. It was a
Yeah.
big port for cars and a lot of different in industry, especially the auto industry, and so we're blended over there.
That's so true. It's interesting. That's what tripped me out when I came to Toronto. It was so multicultural when I moved here, like over 10 years ago. But what was really trippy is being on stage and seeing like a full, like she was Asian, right? And then she started winding like really, really good, like someone at a dance hall. I'm like, how in the world did she learn that? Because when you just look at her on the outside, she just looked like an older Chinese woman, right? And it tripped me out because I've never seen that growing up in a small city in Winnipeg. And then when she spoke patois. I was like, what in the world is happening here? So that was my first experience, probably just seeing that. And then going to Jamaica, you realize, it's definitely a collective of many people, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then let's see here. Oh
See,
gosh.
Don's got a question
Vance
for me
says,
in there too.
yes, I'm gonna look here. Oh yeah, Vance just says, he's like, what is this? Process versus process. He always makes fun of my Canadian terminology. I don't think I have too much of a thick accent. Joe Biden versus I was telling him a story about Joe Biden, and I accidentally said Joe Biden, so he ran with it. So question, DJ Don from Hawaii, great to see you. He says, what is the going rate in your market for weddings? Also, what do you do to set yourself apart from other DJs? Great question.
Absolutely, DJ Don. Yeah, salute to you, brother. Definitely been following you for a long time. Big Mark actually got me hip to your channel, so salute to him for bringing him in. And me and Don have talked a little bit about wireless microphones, and I'm
Mhm.
on his IG, and he's been a great supporter of all DJs. So I just want to shout out to him first. As far as the market in Ohio, it definitely varies city to city, but I would say a premier DJ in this area is going to be anywhere from uh 1200 to 1500.
Mhm.
I'd say 12, I would say probably 1000 to 1200 is standard, and
Mhm.
premium is probably going up to 1500, and that's probably primarily for DJ services and maybe ceremony.
And
Um,
that's purely weddings, right?
purely weddings,
Mhm.
purely weddings.
I think that's fair, that's definitely fair. That's probably about the going rate here too. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's probably about in Ohio, there's probably about 50,000 weddings a year, probably more.
Wow. Wow.
Um, and as far as what separates me different from other DJs is, definitely my personality. I just got back from a bridal show,
Mhm.
actually, Don, and one of the things that a lot of the couples came to me and they said, "Man, I just beeline straight to you because I saw you smiling, I saw you
Mhm.
just being interactive, and that's just me. I try to give off a good vibe. When I see you, I'm gonna smile because and I pay attention to what you're doing too. And Don, one of the things that also separates me big from a lot of DJs in this area is I have DJ reviews, brother. I have
Mhm.
over 130 DJ reviews on Wedding Wire,
Wow.
and a lot of DJs don't have that. So it's really easy for me to ask my, hey, it's that Jamaican thing, man. It's the island thing, Don. You got the same problem. You got
Yeah.
the same
You
problem,
guys
man.
all have the same problem. Yeah.
But that's definitely that's it. You gotta have a strong personality and
Yeah.
strong conviction to what you're doing.
Mhm.
I'm not a five. I used to be a $500 DJ. We
Oh,
all were
no.
there. We all were started there.
Mhm.
But I just give that vibe out, and I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I also actually use turntables like you, Don. So there's a lot of things, but definitely personality and this big smile.
Exactly. So Shannon has a great question. What would you tell another aspiring DJ? I like that.
Oh, that's a great question. I guess there's a couple different modes of thought there. Depending on where you want to DJ, I think you should start with kind of where you want to go, where you want to DJ, because in my opinion, club DJing versus private special events DJing is just takes a different what word am I looking for? Different, I guess, personality traits and different tools. Let me say the different tools. Whereas if you're in the club DJ format, you're most likely going to have a promoter, or you're going to be DJing in a booth where you might not be as in front of people as much.
Mhm.
But if you want to get into kind of special events and weddings, a lot of times you're going to have to do a lot of self promotion. So definitely be ready to be in front of people. And also, too, being a good MC is going to be
Yes. Yeah.
almost just as important as being a DJ. But there's nothing that's going to do you more than just practice, practice, practice. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out somebody and shadow a DJ. Don't be afraid to take less money just to learn.
Mhm.
There's those. I think that's what help out the most. Just practice, practice, practice. Definitely.
That's so true. Yeah, very, very great. Some great advice. We got DJ Elsie in the building. She's going to also be on my female raid train. And salute to all the ladies that are going to be on my raid train this Friday. I really appreciate you all you guys on the mission. We have Godfather of Love says, great question to Dawn. In Phoenix, Arizona, it's about 1,200 and up. Depends what's needed. I would say
Hmm.
DJs charge for weddings out here anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500. But if you do the wedding shows, like I was at a wedding show and I noticed their prices were like 2,500. It was ridiculous, like 2,000, 2,500. So it kind of made me think, oh, maybe you should be charging all quite like a lot more higher, right? Especially when you're bringing all the equipment. That's one thing I could say is don't cheap out on two necessities that you guys should have, not just for your wedding, but also for any great event, is the food and is the music. Do not, I promise
Yes.
you, do not cheap out on those two. A lot of people do that and say, I'm just going to bring my own laptop or I'll just play it off of my phone. I said, okay, I don't even argue with those people. I said, good luck to you. Because when you're doing a huge gala, or even if you have 30 people, 50 people, those are
Hmm.
the, would you not agree, those are the two main necessities that are the most critically important for any event that you're doing?
Definitely. I mean, I see a couple people. Shout out. I see OE United Fam. I see their brother. Um, Thank you. Up, Don.
Wow,
100%. We
250.
all we and he's being modest
Mhm.
because he knows we all started off for free,
Yep.
working for drinks.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get into that. Those days are over for most of us. We're not working for the bar tab no more, man. But yeah, definitely any type of event, the looking at it, the visuals are going to be, the visuals. The food, hey, I had a great steak yesterday, but I'm not talking about it because I'm going to be able to do that steak again. As a
Mhm.
DJ for a special event, you get one shot to be great. You get one shot to put all your heart and soul into one event because you do not get any redos, none. And
Mhm.
if a couple hears that passion and they know that you're in it, I tell my couples when they came up to my booth, I said, look, I treat every event as if it's my last event. So that's why I only DJ 25 weddings a year because I want to put all my heart and soul into it big
Mhm.
time.
That's so true. Big shout out to everyone else that's coming in the building. We got DJ OE in the building, I see here. And also DJ Rico Radio that just came in from the Netherlands.
Welcome in, Rico.
Thanks for coming in. We got Godfather as well. And RL Breezy from Chicago, Bex from the UK. I always say everyone's everywhere they're from, so I also remember myself. The more you
Yes.
guys come to my show, the more I'm going to remember. And Shannon from Ontario as well. Let's see here. I know I saw a question up here as well. I'm just going to scroll up. Let's see here. Oh, Sonia says 1200. She's like, what the? I paid $400 for my wedding back in 1999. Shoot, girl, I wish I had those prices. And a groom. I wish I had a groom, some flowers, a controller, and those prices for 1999. Actually, a groom that looks like he's from 1999. I think that would work perfectly.
Right.
Oh man, that's so funny. Shannon says, as a sales and marketing person, have your niche, and that means that you're the expert. Quality, like quality is key, which I think is really knowing your niche and your market. Yeah, is so true. Let's see here. RL Breezy says my lowest is 1,000. I hear you, RL Breezy. Now, would that be for corporate events too? What would you guys charge for like in-store events? So, say if you're doing like the guest store or like I don't know, like just any Adidas store, and it's for like 5, 6. Those store gigs sometimes are long hours, like a
Oh,
6 to 8 hour day. How much would you charge for that? Because
well, I mean, you start going into the hourly, and just want to shout out to DCD, David C. Dennis, United Fam. He just had his first show. He's been doing raid trains for a while, back to back. He did his first show today for the first time. So proud of
oh,
him.
nice,
He's a
awesome.
great DJ out of the UK. Make sure you follow him. Follow all the great DJs, obviously, especially OE too. Great DJ, great personality, great guy.
Hmm.
As far as those, I'll get to that requested song. As far as like the hourly stuff, me personally, I stick to weddings because and special events because I'm married. I got 3 kids. Shout out to my wifey, Lovey. We've been married for 14 years.
Hmm.
And with that being said, I also have a full-time job. I work 8 to 5. Also have a cat. I got a
Hmm.
dog, and my kid
Wow.
made me buy a bunny, man. So we
Aw.
got a full house. We got a full house over here, and so the smaller gigs, since I can't do them, I limit my weddings because I want to spend time with my family. So I'm not all in as if someone who had more time. But yeah, those department store gigs are fire if you can get them.
Mhm.
$100 an hour, $125 an hour. That's a done deal right there.
Mhm. That's so true. This is a great question from Bexby from the UK. Says, "What is the most requested song at weddings? And when was your first wedding that you were paid for? And how did that feel?" Great question. Wow, you guys are making my job easy tonight. Usually
Oh,
people don't write this many questions in the chat, by the way. So I like it because it makes my job easier
oh
tonight.
my gosh. So that's a great question.
It is, yeah.
Definitely shout out to to Don also. I see him putting some stuff as far as kind of guiding the couples to Twitch. That's a great way for engagement and getting more couples on the Twitch for work. I have started to use Twitch in my signature as well, Don. And I am also, after my weddings, asking my brides to go there as well to spread the word. But as far as the most requested song, that changes year to year. So, for example, in 2012, it was Black Eyed Peas on everything. You want a rock song, you want a rap song, you want a country song, you want a slow song, just put on Black Eyed Peas. It fits the bill for everybody. Then in 2000, maybe 13, was LMFAO, Party Rock Anthem. That ran for about a good 2 or 3 years. Then we were in the Bruno Mars era. 2015, Uptown Funk. Don probably has nightmares of playing that song over and
Oh
over.
yeah, I played that song over and over again.
But we're performing, so we
Mhm.
get into the song like the first time we heard it.
Oh yeah.
Then it was the Justin Timberlake. I'm not believing.
Can't Stop
That
Believing. Yes,
can't.
I remember
I
that. I
mean,
didn't really like that
the
song too much. I don't know.
the
Everyone else did.
oh, the feeling can't stop. That was huge. But the number one requested song at every wedding to this day, it's 30, 40 years old, is Journey.
Oh
Can't
my
stop
gosh.
believing.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Fam,
Sorry to
my
all you Journey lovers. I
my
like Journey,
kids,
but oh, I can't anymore.
look, when I do high school dances and all the DJs, they'll tell you they still get that request. Don't stop believing, because it's also has that kind of that spiritual side as well.
Mhm.
So, I'm a big believer in the man upstairs. But a lot of events here, I do a lot of Catholic schools, also a lot of kind of smaller high schools as well. They love that song. So a lot of times that comes up at the end. The classics don't die, y'all.
Mhm.
Um, so as far as the first wedding, I DJ'd my best friend's aunt's cousin's wedding, and they were hardcore Irish, fun, Parliament, funk,
Mhm. Mhm.
bring it to me, let's have fun. And she married into an Italian family, and
Mhm.
they were more classic, Sinatra, rock, more elegant, more slow. So it was just a huge party. But I tell you, I used my dad's receiver, the old receiver. The wires were There was no enclosed wires, y'all. The wires were just open. Oh, jump around, I see you. The wires were open. I had some Kenwoods from the house. They were popping. Look, when you take the volume up to 33, that's as much as that house receiver is gonna go. The
Mhm.
music was cutting out. The speakers were on chairs. They were on chairs. The mic, I don't even know what Radio Shack mic I had, but I
Oh
had a
my
mic.
gosh.
I had two CD players. I don't even know what the mixer was. I don't even know
Those
if I had a
speakers are
mixer.
heavy too. Those ones that aren't powered, you know? Actually, in quarantine, it's so funny, a music lover's dream, how excited we get. Like, I remember someone put like cassette tapes. I know this is gonna sound so cheesy, but like they just put a sign out, anyone wants them, right? And I
Yes.
got me so excited on my walk. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like finding gold for me. And I was looking at all the playlists and it was all like Jodeci, Boys to Men, Shy, like, I mean, I don't know, it was nice. And then another time on my walk, I saw those big powered speakers.
Yes.
But I thought no, they weren't powered speakers. They're the
No, they weren't.
wire ones you're talking about.
Unpowered.
And they're
Yes.
super heavy. And but I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna just take these because they're gonna be give off more power, like they're gonna have more sound, and they really didn't. And they're super heavy. So I remember I said to the guy, I'm like, don't give these away. Like, these are mine. These speakers are mine. I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they're from like 1952. I want to keep these speakers. So this is probably why my friends think I'm a hoarder. This is probably why they think I have issues collecting junk. So I raced back, grabbed my car, and I saw all these guys with their trucks getting ready to grab the speakers, and I literally like hugged the speaker. I jumped out of my car with the door open And keep in
She
mind,
was like
guys,
a koala
yeah,
hanging
and
on to the
I'm
bamboo.
only 5'1", and these speakers are almost my size. And I'm just like hugging them. I'm like, these are mine. Like I have my name on them. It was so funny. But
Oh
when I
Lord.
finally got the wires, and I think you needed what was it? I think I got some box that looked as old as, like, those old
Receiver?
DVD, that's what it is, a receiver, but it looked like
Yes.
a massive DVD player, and then I
Okay.
wired them all up in my
Oh yeah.
kitchen because
Oh
my
yeah.
place is not, like, massively big, so I
Oh
put
yeah.
everything in there. Actually, I think on Instagram, you might see a video with those powered speakers in front of it, and I'm like, "This is not giving off, much sound at all," you
Oh
know?
yeah. Yeah, you gotta have an amp, and that's probably one thing
Oh,
you were missing. And Rico, like Rico said, you just make it work. You don't know about amps and wattages, and you got to have the right receiver to work with the right speakers. You can't, the power has to match up. And
oh,
that
okay.
goes to like all the DJs in the chat who have
Yeah.
done a live event on their own. That's your first taste of being the sound man.
Mhm.
Your first taste of zapping your fingers and learning, oh dang, I got to get clips for the receivers, and I got to do this and that. And hey, it those 80s setups, man. You find them all on the Facebook under what's the worst setups ever. So
Oh, yeah. Or have it zapping your ears, like, when the foam comes out of your headphones, which mine did because they started becoming so old, and then if you're sweating, it's like getting electrocuted in your ears while
yes.
you're doing a wedding. I'm like, "Oh, man." How would you agree that we have become more as streamers, we become more than just DJs? Like, we've become sound technicians, we become videographers, photographers, graphic designers. Like, I feel like we've done so much more than just the DJ aspect of things. We could add all those things really on our resumes now, you know?
Yep, some people have actually taken jobs and made this their full time. I mean, even on Tweak Music Tips, Little Fever, he started off as just, helping out with some of the graphics and learning, and now he's like a full-time graphic marketing, like he's really, made it into a thing. And and there you go, Godfather. We all started off as like, hey, we're just streamers, and now the new term that has been coined, which I've heard more than I've ever heard in the last week, is broadcaster. Because as a broadcaster, you're all encompassing. You're doing everything from top to bottom. So I hope that everybody who is broadcasting on Twitch really make a second look at their career and really use some of these tools into making money out of this beyond Twitch.
That is so true, and it's just going to get better. And one thing I realized too, that we're entering in, a lot of people are entering in, what is it called? That virtual world? Is it called the metasphere or metaverse or
Yep,
whatever it's called?
metaverse. Yep.
Yeah, but in a sense, we've kind of done it on Twitch and quarantine. Like, a lot of people haven't. So a lot of people kind of laugh, from other apps at Twitch, but they don't realize, like, Twitch is growing so huge that I really believe that this could be the next YouTube. Like, there's 140 million people on Twitch. There's over 2 million streamers, broadcasters on Twitch, and
Mhm.
it's expanding. So I really do believe that this is the only platform that really allows streaming a little bit more freely compared to maybe other apps that we go on. So
Sure.
I really feel, and then just also with our green screens, we're kind of entering this virtual world of entertainment. So we're kind of already doing it before it's happening. I don't know if you've ever thought of it that way.
Well, the thing about Twitch is that, the DJs, we're just like the little peons, we're the ants that come in, we're a million of us. You can't stomp on all of us.
Hmm.
But we're just the little guys right now on Twitch. Twitch is a gaming platform, but the one difference about Twitch is that in every other platform is that there's TwitchCon. The gamers like Ninja who were streaming Fortnite, and all our kids were playing Fortnite and watching some dude on Twitch, and we just like, "Oh, we don't even know what that is. Get away from
Hmm.
me."
Yeah.
Then quarantine happened. All of a sudden, we're like, "Hey, son, daughter, can you come show me about this Twitch thing? Because I have no clue." Twitch has the cachet, plus they have Amazon backing them up.
Mhm.
So we just have to keep grinding on the platform as far as just keep improving and really looking at each other as brands,
Mhm.
as broadcasters. And that's really going to be the ticket to really make this thing pop. And we have to be patient. You know, many of us are, if we're lucky, are starting to see that 18-month sub, that 17-month sub. Whereas a gamer, they're looking at an 8-year sub. So if
Mhm.
so you have to look at it from a long-term perspective. It is not a short-term platform.
Yeah, it
What's up,
definitely
Steve?
isn't. Now I know how you doing, everyone. Thank you guys for coming through. I'm just noticing a lot of different people coming through in the room on Twitch and through YouTube and Facebook. So thank you guys for joining us. Again, this is the Honey Flow Show. I got DJ Diamondlee here all the way from Ohio, and really great DJ, does a great show, and is just a great person in general, which is always refreshing to definitely find in this industry, and that's why I wanted to definitely have you on my show, and I'm glad you're
Appreciate
here,
that.
let's see. I know DJ Rico Radio says we made it work,
Yep.
with equipment and everything else, as well. So that's so true. So, how long have you been on Twitch, and how did you start? Is it kind of the typical DJ story in quarantine? But how did that happen for you as well?
Really, yeah, typical quarantine, we're bored, a lot of it for us, not only were businesses shut down, people couldn't go to work.
Hmm.
You couldn't leave your house. I mean, we're all fighting over one ply toilet paper like it's 12 ply. Where people rushing, to the stores, beating all the cans. I mean, it was a pandemonium really for the
Hmm.
first couple of months. And
Hmm.
you saw a lot of DJs, a lot of people starting to stream music on Facebook, and you started people playing music on Instagram.
Hmm.
And there's always been streamers. A lot of us have followed YouTube for a while, the Cleveland Terrys and a lot of those guys there. And we're like, man, you start to see Cleveland Terry stream. You're like, ooh, what is he doing? Oh, I can watch him somewhere else. So those type of things intrigued me. And then I had a little setup and I started streaming on Instagram, started streaming on Facebook. Those like got shut down like everybody else was doing. You got DJ Digital Tips selling these the little cables to plug into your phone because you can't use just the standard RCA quarter inch. You got to use the THA. I mean,
The
we're learn
iRig, right? Which is what I bought.
and also not to go too deep into it, but let's be honest, a lot
Mhm.
of us didn't even realize how big this was until we started watching Versus. And I'll
Mhm.
tell you, Versus was probably the first introduction to many of us to live streaming on IG because you guys remember when
You're kinda
when
cracking up a little bit.
oh, sorry, is that
Cracking a
better?
little bit. Yeah, I think so.
Is that better? Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
I was saying a Versus where we saw DJ Premier versus RZA. And once I saw that, I was like, man, I got to get an iRig. I got to get something. And, that kind of led me to getting on Twitch. And I've been on Twitch now for my longest sub is about 15 months. But
Mhm.
that doesn't include the 3 months where we all had one person in our room, our mom.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. I didn't even get my mom. I didn't get any of my friends or family in my room. I could barely get Facebook, come you guys. Now I'm on Facebook. You guys got to switch to Twitch, especially YouTube as well. But I know a lot of other people are really trying, that have massive followings. Like if you look at DJ, I think it's Livia. She's probably one of the youngest girls I've seen on Twitch.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has like a million people on TikTok, a
And
million people on
IG.
Instagram, and
Yeah, I've
I
been
think
following
her
for a
father
while.
said Google how much she's worth. She's worth 140 million people, guys. 140 million people.
She's a
Million
celebrity
dollars.
DJ. I mean,
Like
she's a
her
celebrity
dad said,
DJ.
that she's got like some, I don't know, Jeep Hummer parked in front, but she can't ride it because she's only like 12 years old. But you know what? Like, I don't know if kids learn fast, but she is a ridiculously good DJ. Like,
Oh, she's amazing.
if you see her, I'm like, wow. She was DJing, I think, since she was 5 years old.
Yes.
So she's pretty much could be retired, like could be retired because she's done it for so many years. But I feel like kids pick up a lot quicker. What do you think? You know?
I think that is true if they have the passion for it. A
Hmm.
lot of those younger streamers, they have parents that were in the industry, whether they were musicians or artists, and really got into it. And also, too, one thing that we've always had is the Red Bull, 3D championships.
Hmm.
We've had the Goldie Awards. We've already had established, DJ events that are available to watch. And DJ Liv, the twins, right? Talking about the twins, right?
I don't know if they're twins. Like, I only see her by herself. I thought she was an only child.
But she has the Kango, right? And
Yes,
okay,
yes, and
she's
the
a twin.
glasses? Oh,
Yeah, she's a twin.
oh,
There's two of them, but
oh,
one of
wow,
them, the
jeez.
one DJ Liv, she's like the one that's like really in the more skilled as far as practice. The other one is
Mhm,
dope too. They're both
mhm,
amazing.
mhm.
But we've had those other platforms to watch those type of DJs. So, I love it. I mean, if we don't have a younger generation that is
Mhm.
getting good at this, then what are we doing? We got to start bringing up the younger generation in this music business too. So I love it.
Yeah, and things are changing that I think that you're gonna be able to produce music on the spot. Like, when you go to the Apple Store, I was, doing a lot of videography when right before quarantine, like, trying to learn as much as I can. So the Apple Store, for all you guys that don't know, gives away free classes, and if Apple's listening to me, then they need to sponsor me because I'm giving them a plug. But, I did all their classes. I did every single one of them, and it was so interesting. But what we did is we learned GarageBand, how you can just overlap
Yes.
beats. So we would
Yes.
have the song like The Weekend, but then I made it into like a funk disco type of cameo beats,
Yes.
song. And then they would play it in the store in front of everyone. And I'm like, I feel like this is kind of already happening, but I feel like with DJs, it's probably gonna be like built in more so in our controllers where you could maybe press and you could overlap drums and guitar and just different instrumentals and just create kind of almost your own song. I have a feeling it's kind of going more that way. What do you think that the future of DJing will be?
Well, Denon actually already has a controller
Oh,
like
they
that.
do? They
Yep,
do?
it's
Oh,
a
wow.
that's a Denon, I think 808, and there's another one as well where it's kind of like more of a drum machine based controller. All the you can use I think Ableton with it,
Mhm.
and you can pre-program all your drums, all your things in there, and you can DJ like with that as kind of a producer along with being a DJ. So it is there, but for the mobile DJ, that's probably, it serves its function. I think it's great. But yeah, I think definitely those things are coming. I think what you've seen out of the industry is turntablists. I see your question, DCD. We're going to get to that. Uh, I think right now, many DJs, pure turntablists, want to have a lighter option, and they want to have the touch of the vinyl while they're out.
Mhm.
Because I know Don could probably comment on this, and even OE, he's a turntablist. You know, if you want those turntables at an event, you got to pay that big bucks, man. You got to pay those big money. So instead of doing that, the industry has made the NS7, which has vinyl 7-inch vinyl records on top, so you can scratch. There was the Denon 910 that had it as well, and now you had the Rain One. They got on board because DJs wanted to have a turntable to scratch with while they're at live events, and now we have the newest one, which is the Pioneer Rev 7. So I feel like from a turntablist standpoint, we want to have the mobility and the ability to scratch. But just as a pure mobile DJ, there's so many controllers out there right now because we're not bringing those heavy turntables.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. I just want to say hello and thank you so much to Streds for the subscription. I appreciate you. 7 months strong with me. Streds is out of the UK. Such a great man, great person, great guy. And I hope you're doing well, Streds as well. We call him Stred Muffin. right here. We call him Strud Muffin because he is. So big up to you and David C. Dennis as well for
Yes, my
coming
United
through, and
fam.
everyone else I missed. I saw Chazzy Licious that does a cooking show, and she's actually going to be on my female raid train this Friday. So make sure you guys support. It's such a good cause. It's taken so much work, and big props to Mimi Berry. She did all my graphics. If you guys see them, you got
Yes.
to go to my IG page. I'm telling you guys, for anyone that understands graphics, and I have to give her a plug, and I'm going to keep plugging her, is
She's
that like,
amazing.
yeah, like imagine cropping 100 pictures, 100 shows, and then you're eliminating the backgrounds, and then you're trying to stick them in little tiny diamonds. Like I don't think people may understand just how much work that is. I know I do because I've worked with graphic designers, and I've probably drove her crazy and everyone else that's helped me because I'm very like try to keep it very like particular, but
Hmm.
like she ran with such a big vision, and if you guys see the
She's great.
flyers, they look incredible. And it was really important to showcase women this month, not just have the titles of women's names, but to have each and every one of you guys on that flyer was really important to me. So big up to Mimi Berry. If you guys need her services, she does emotes, graphics. She's done DJ Diamonds.
Overlays.
Yeah, overlay. She's done some big streamers, small streamers, medium size. She's done everyone on Twitch. She's just, ready to go. But well, maybe just give her a bit of a break because she needs a break from Honey Flow for one thing. And the second thing is yeah, maybe when the raid train is done, but there's no harm in messaging her now so you remember. So if you guys need any of that, she really charges a really decent price, and I promise you she'll put like 300% into that
Definitely.
job. And you can say that too, right? She's done emotes for me as well. Like she's helped me so much on my show, truly. And Clarky and Junior too, that are mods of mine,
Yes.
and Vansdale has jumped in when he could to help me as well, which I really appreciate. So, hey, there we go. DJ Rico Radio says, Mimi, I need your help. So make sure you inbox her, but know that she may need a little bit of a break after this raid because it's she's definitely spent days working on my overlays and everything. So just a little what do we call it? Shameless plug. I'm
Hey,
such a
that's all good.
salesperson. Yeah. We got Just Teach One in the building. We got
Yes.
One Easy Mac. Great to
Turntable
see you.
King right there. One
Yes.
Easy Mac in the building.
One Easy Mac from Virginia.
717.
I love when he says, Winnipeg, he's like, "She's from Winnipeg." Like, he always says it differently, and always makes me laugh. Because One Easy Mac is the only guy that's gonna remember where you're actually from. No one knows Winnipeg, Manitoba. No one even knows in the world what that is or where
He's a
it.
great guy.
Yeah, but I love when he always says Toronto, Toronto, or he says
Big
Toronto
fan.
differently. We
Oh
we don't
yeah.
we don't say we say Trana, like we don't say the 2 T's, but he's like Toronto is in the building, so
You gotta emphasize it all.
he cracks me up. We got and Chazzy as well, Mariposa in the building. So thank you guys for coming through. This girl Xtina is on my raid train too. So many.
Yes. That's
Where'd you
awesome.
just teach one? Where are you from again? Leave a message. And DJ Rico Radio, I think you said you're from the Netherlands, right? So great to see everyone. Thanks for coming through. David C is another amazing DJ, RL Breezy. So many great people in this room. So thank you guys for coming through.
Breezy, I
We
see that.
appreciate you. DJ Don from Hawaii, just interviewed him too, which is great. Um, so what would you say are like, I guess your favorite genres of music that you love, like that come automatically to you? If you could play anything, what is something over the years that you loved and some of the artists?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll comment on that. Just want to give shout outs
Yeah,
to
go ahead. Yeah.
One Easy Mac. I see you out there, man. Just Teach One, great turntablist, humble guy as well. If you haven't caught his show, make sure you catch him. DCD, who's my favorite DJs United DJ? Whoever asks me, I'll tell him that's who my favorite one is. You're all my favorites. You're all my favorites.
That's a
Um,
safe answer. That's a very safe
Y-
answer.
Yeah, he knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But as far as genres, I mean, I grew up listening to reggae music.
Hmm.
Growing up in a Caribbean household, there's a couple things that are going to be mandatory. Number one is you're going to hear some Bob Marley, some Peter Tosh. You're going to hear some Sanchez. You're going to hear Shanty Town. You're going to hear Desmond Decker. You're going to hear the classics all night long. You're going to be playing dominoes.
Mhm.
You're going to be trying to get into that rum. You're going to be trying to get into that rum. You're going to have sorrow. You're going to know what sorrow is.
Mhm.
So I grew up in a Caribbean household. Love reggae music. If I could play reggae music all day, I would. I love dub music. I love the sounds. I love the peace that it brings, and I love the message, man. I love the
Mhm.
message. Bob Marley was ahead of his time, um, and so big for the world. But I love reggae. I love dancehall,
Mhm.
dancehall. I love dancehall too, But I like that '90s dancehall.
You know who
You
you
know,
remind me of so much? You guys
mm,
have to watch King of the Dance Hall. Can you guys please watch King of the Dance Hall? And I think Busta Rhymes is in it and Nick Cannon produced it. It's actually a really good film. It kind of reminds me of a version of Love and Basketball, Jamaican
mm,
style version.
mm-hmm.
But then they kind of fall in love and they go into like the dance hall
I
type of
think I've
music
seen
and
that.
culture. Yeah, it was pretty good. I played it actually on my channel. I should play it again. I played it here on Twitch, but every time you break out in patois, like I remember being in the movie theater and they had the Toronto Raptors there and all these celebrities in the movie theater at the Toronto Film Fest watching it. As soon as Busta Rhymes came out and he started dropping patois, the whole entire theater lost it. Like people were kicking their seats, they were laughing because they're like, yeah, you need a little, we're going to work on your patois a little bit. So right now, you're just bringing me back to Busta Rhymes, like it's way better. I mean, I can't do it, but like I just find it funny because when I hear you and if I were to close my eyes, I'm like, oh my gosh, you totally
Yes.
remind me of Busta Rhymes. Yeah. But I love it though. I love it though. It's awesome. Yeah. So well, that's good. Okay. Thank you, RL Breezy. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate you as
Thank you,
well.
brother.
And yeah, and everyone else here in the chat. So and then you also mentioned, yeah, you mentioned Marley, Capleton, and Bounty Killer, right?
Ooh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a huge Capleton and Bounty Killer. I mean, he's one of my favorites. Speaking of kind of reggae music, the other reason why I love reggae is because my family actually has a reggae band. They're
Hmm.
called the Ja Messengers. You can actually look them up on YouTube. They still play to this day in Cleveland. My 65, 7-year-old uncle's still making it happen. Um, but
They still wear snakeskin shoes and baby blue suits too. I want to see
no,
them. Yeah.
no, that was in those 30s, and they were just trying to look good. Now they got
Okay.
married. They're just
Aw.
like, hey, she loved me how I am.
Yeah.
But definitely, I love Bounty Killer. I've actually been to Jamaica myself, probably about 8 or 9 times. Kind of growing up, you know, I I wish I could take my family there. I've not been. My dad passed away in 2016, so I wasn't able to. They weren't able to meet him directly, but I would love to take them there one day to kind of experience the everything about it. Actually, when we were flying back from Jamaica to go to Florida, we actually were on the plane with Capleton.
Wow. Did you know that right away or did you find that out kind of
I
later?
didn't know it right away, but
Oh.
Capleton is kind of like a old school rock, like Rasta. So he had his
Mhm.
big long cane, and he wears that hat that,
Oh,
and
yes, the big hat.
people don't realize he's just keeping his dreads up because those Rastas, like my uncle Jelian, he's probably about 80. He's got dreads down to his heels, and
Wow.
he's a good 7 foot. So, just seeing Capleton and my uncle talking to him in that deep patois, I was like, oh yeah, yeah. Love Capleton, man.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Did you see the battle? Who was it? Was it Beanie and Buju? I can't remember, but that
It
was
was
probably the best battle versus battle I've ever seen. Because there's something special about reggae DJs is they really know how to mix it up and chop it up. So if you listen to like, say Teddy Riley and Babyface, like it's like they can't do that. There's no comparison. But if you listen to reggae DJs, they know how to rewind the plate. They know how to put on a full show of chopping it up and going back and forth and having a real battle. That's why I thought it was really special. What
So
did you think of that?
it was the best verses.
Mhm.
I mean, to me, it's still top three verses.
Yes, I
I
agree.
mean, it was the first because that was the one they finally got it right. They had DJs right next to each other playing music. The artists were in the room vibing off of each other,
Mhm.
getting hype for each other. I mean, whether you like dance hall or not, the energy just spoke volumes. To me, and I know I'm a homer
Mhm.
because me out of Caribbean thing, but still, it was one of the best verses ever. You could rewind and watch that, and you would jump out of your seat, man. Beanie Man coming out there. I mean, forget about it.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh man, yeah, you're making me miss because we have a lot of Caribbean festivals here in Toronto, and I just really, really miss that. Just the collective of culture and the community, and just the celebrations because we really do
Yes,
celebrate culture out here, especially in Canada. So
Caravana.
yeah, I kind of feel like I've been there, done that in my younger years, but I would love for Caravana to get on a truck. I would cause so much ruckus, but in a good way. Like I would connect people because that's one thing that's different, I think, when I go out and DJ compared to all these grand DJs out here
Mhm.
is people don't connect and engage crowds, right? Coming from a small city, I know how to do that because community and connection are really important. So
Yes,
when I came to Toronto, it's like it's a huge disconnect. So when I did
right.
Dundas Square, it's like I'm like, nah, I don't want to just do Dundas Square. I want to get on the mic and connect people and make
Yes,
sure they're all engaged together collectively.
yes.
And I remember that year we had so much gun violence and
Mm,
so much stuff that happened in our city. We had a van attack. We had a
wow.
lot of gun violence that year on it was called Taste of the Danforth. And so I remember getting on stage talking about it, but my mission was to really connect people in that square. And something magical happened that day. It wasn't just playing music, it was emceeing, getting in front of that stage,
Yes.
and just telling people to say hi to one another, engage with one another, connect with one another. And that
Hmm.
whole square was dancing with each other. They were laughing, they were talking to one another. It was just, I don't know. Sorry.
That's
Anyways, you're
energy. That's
making me think.
energy.
You're making
I
me
love
think of
it.
that talking about reggae music right now. You just bring back those memories. Yeah. So that would be cool though, doing like a carnival truck and having the mic and
Yes.
just I would cause so much trouble. I'm sure I would be so much fun.
Yeah,
So
I was
that's
on. I was just gonna comment. My family's reggae band. I was probably 10 years old when we have those big festivals in Cleveland
Mhm,
because in Cleveland, like I said, it's multicultural. The whole west side of Cleveland is Latin.
mhm.
So we're talking all Latin countries. Peru, Chile, Venezuela,
Oh, nice.
and then of course you have Mexican culture there as well. So when we have like an event downtown Cleveland, you got the people from the west side, the suburban knights from the east side, the eastern, the Polish, everyone's coming down. Oh, look at the music in the building.
Yeah, big up to Tweak Music Tips. I was just on his show, and he's a large supporter of everyone else and helping their growth and helping them grow. So make sure you guys add Tweak Music Tips. He does a really one of my favorite talk shows. Does a great show. We have so many great people in this building that just came in tilt. I have a
It's
feeling
family
this.
right
Look
there.
at this guy. This guy is not just an average guy. I always say he's part of the Cameo band or like a Prince or George Clinton band. I feel like he's an undercover producer. He's just not telling me. I really am suspicious about him right now. Oh, thank you so much, Tweak. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for those. Oh, whoop, those bits. I really do appreciate that so much. 400 bits. I appreciate that,
Brother Kova
Tweak.
in the building,
Thank you
making it
so much.
rain.
Yeah, and
Thank you, brother,
always
for being here.
supporting. Yeah, always supporting everyone else. Yes, I agree. This girl, Christina is an amazing human being. Yes. And you know what? I'm so excited because she's on my female raid train. And the thing that's special about this girl, Christina, is she told me this was her first raid train, which I was
Yes.
completely shocked. I was completely shocked that because I thought she was like she's everywhere on Twitch, right?
Yes.
So, this girl's popular, so everyone knows Xtina. So I was quite shocked. So it's extra special that we're doing this together as females, but she's also on my raid train too. Sometimes we forget, I think, as DJs, that there's so many broadcasters and streamers here, and
Hmm.
that's why it was really important this month to not just do DJs, like to really dig for shows that were talk shows, motivation. She does an awesome playlist show, as well on Friday nights, and
That's
really
great.
does puts her heart into it as well, right? So
100.
yeah, just to and gamers and crafters. If you start using the Discovery tab, guys, on Twitch, you're going to realize that there's so many great shows here that
Yes.
you can connect with besides just DJ shows. So that's why I just wanted to give everyone a taste, and I hope this opens the gap and the door for other women where you could see their shows and see what they do, right?
Agreed.
Yeah, so many. I mean, Loca Mommy's got a show. She's on my raid
Yep.
train.
That's fam right there.
Yeah, so many great people. Here we got Curious John in the building that's working on
Yes.
doing a show. We got DJ Boogie in the building as well.
Yes.
And again, thank you, Tweak, for coming by. I appreciate you. Yes, DJ Don, mentor for life, of course. DJ Don, I interviewed him a couple weeks ago, and he gave some great, solid advice on becoming partner and some things I didn't know. And I guess that
Wow.
would be, my next question for you is, what are your goals for Twitch, and do you want to become partner as well?
Sure. No, that's a great, great question. I think I think for as a broadcaster, you know, there's always boxes to check,
Hmm.
and there's always kind of goals to meet for yourself. And personally, I would love to be partner one day. I honestly think that everybody who is a broadcaster, they should shoot for partner at some point. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen tomorrow. It might happen in a year, it might happen in 2 years, but really focus on the plan to really get there, because that's one of the boxes to check,
Hmm.
in regards to Twitch in general. Also, if the more partners Twitch has that are DJs, the more influence we're going to have over the platform. The more DJs will come on the platform, the more viewers will come on the platform, the more sponsors will come on the platform. It's not a surprise when Ninja the gamer gets all these sponsorships all day long because he has the community. So, in general, I definitely want to become partner one day. Right now, I'm nowhere close. Right now, I'm
Hmm.
still building my community. I
Hmm.
did take a little break from Twitch, and Twitch is a little is not very forgiving when you take a
Hmm.
break. So I'm still building my community slowly. I have a great team around me. I have a lot of great mentors around me, and I feel that it's going to happen one day. But the main thing is really just getting back to consistent. I was doing raid trains for quite a bit. I think I lost my audience, my core audience doing raid trains. So I want to focus a little bit more on my shows, and I want to do a hybrid model where, of course, I'm still doing the raid trains to kind of get my name out there,
Hmm.
but I still want to focus on my show. And let's
Hmm.
keep in mind, raid trains is where we meet a lot of people that we call family to this day.
Mhm,
We have these groups that Kova has helped us kind of coordinate together, and a lot of those people I met through raid trains and met me through raid trains. So it's definitely partners on the list, but we can't all be partner at the same time. So
mhm.
right
So
now
true.
we're focusing on pushing some of our top guys to that level, and once they get that level, they're going to reach down the hand and pull us up.
Exactly. You gotta raise another person up, and I think that's what Tweak is also, trying to do with his groups. Thank you, Tweak, I appreciate that. Feel free to host as well if you guys are liking this content. Definitely helps a streamer like myself, and I'm trying to grow the best I can, my community. I feel you because it takes so much work and it takes so much time, And I asked people, what do you think would be a good suggestion for Twitch? Like if the CEO was watching right now, what would be some good recommendations? A few that I could think of and that were also said that we discussed was maybe having a middle ground between affiliate and partner, because
Mm,
it's so much of a leap. Like it's a bit of a leap to get to affiliate, but it's achievable if you work hard towards it and you do what's required of you. But someone, I was talking to another person, they said affiliate to partner seems like a massive leap. And
mm.
it's just like a grind continuously to get to. So if they had kind of a middle ground between affiliate and partner, I think they said that would be also more encouraging to maybe make partner the third step instead of the second one. What do you think of that? And is there, I mean, just I'm just
It's
putting
a
it
good
out
one.
there. I'm just saying. And another thing I think is music categories. We're kind of
Mm,
lumped in with everything that has to do with music, like live
sure.
music and people in their bedrooms, like playing guitar or whatever they're doing, right? I think it's good to have like a separate DJ category. And another thing I thought of was changing the way Twitch looks. So,
Mm. I meant you
if you
mentioned
want,
that.
yeah, if you want to market to Facebook, which we're on right now, and YouTube, which we're on as well, understand, because none of us were crazy when we visually looked at the app, because it does look more of a gamer's app. But
Hmm.
now that they've gone flooded with like 2 million streamers, and they always had streamers on Twitch, but now it's
Sure.
grown so much. Why don't you get people to work for your company that are end users like ourselves, that understand and have gone through the process and can visually make it probably a lot better to appeal to other apps, to want to get Facebook and other people to download. So those were some of my thoughts. What about you? What do you think?
No, sure. Those are some good ones. Also, I shout out to local mommy. She runs a couple of excellent raid trains. Definitely more adult ones, but
Hmm.
definitely excellent raid trains. Great person. Has a great team behind her as well. Salute to everyone in
Are
the
you
chat.
cracking a little bit
Uh,
too? I don't know what
sorry. There
that
we
is.
go.
Is it unplugging the thing and plugging it back in
It,
again, or is it the
it's just my
mouthpiece?
Bluetooth and
Oh,
my
okay.
Wi-Fi probably. So apologies
It's good
there.
now. It's good now.
I'm just gonna speak. You're just gonna get the dad face cam.
Yeah. It's good now. Yeah.
But as far as the middle ground, I don't know if I would necessarily say that would work because
Mhm. Hmm.
we want to have more partners, but we don't want to make it like, I guess, too easy. I know that's a bad way to say it. I think a grind, making it
Mhm.
working hard and having it so high, I think is the way it should be. The
Mhm.
one thing
Hmm.
that people need to realize is that you're not going to do it by yourself.
Mhm.
Now, yes, you're going to stream on your own, and that's the solo act, but you need
Mhm.
to have people that are supporting you, helping and growing your community naturally. Um,
Mhm.
is it easy? No, but nothing worth having is ever going to be easy at all.
True.
So
Mhm.
I do think maybe they could release some more emotes, maybe as a
Mhm.
middle ground. I
Mhm.
think that would be cool. Hey, if you are average, 50 viewers, then and you maintain that, we're going to release, five more emotes because we love the emotes. I think that's a good
Mhm.
plan.
But they did
Also,
though. They kind of did, right? And the animated emotes, you know?
they did, but we're greedy. We can never have enough emotes. You already know that. I mean, we love our emotes.
Mhm.
I think one thing that Twitch could do is maybe make it easier to broadcast to multiple um, sources at one time without using a third party. So right now, if you want to broadcast to three places at once, you got to use Restream or you got to use StreamYards.
Mhm.
Make it easier to stream on IG along with Twitch. Facebook's never going to let us stream there, but work something out with Facebook where we can actually put that music out there, put ourselves out there. But that's not going to happen. But I think making it easier to stream would be great. As far as the look of the platform, I think that is an issue, but what's even a bigger issue is the amount of people who follow us who don't have their notifications on. They
Mhm.
took away the email out to your viewers. I know the retention was low. I understand that. But it helped out a lot as far as reaching out to people. Maybe do something more where they're connecting with the outside apps like Discord and WhatsApp. Many of us on Twitch use Discord and WhatsApp religiously for our groups. Find a way to maybe integrate that. There's talk of, like you said, TikTok. Let me get closer. I don't want to fall away. You said
Mhm.
about TikTok and Snapchat.
Mhm.
Those are budding platforms that we need to be able to broadcast on along with Twitch to really go grow it out. Remember when Little John was on every Saturday night back in the
Yes.
day?
Yeah.
He was broadcasting, I think, through TikTok as
Oh,
well
wow.
as Twitch. And
Wow.
even though he
Interesting.
didn't have a lot, it was
Mhm.
huge. So let's partner with some of the newer apps. Also, a lot of people don't know about this app that's also connected to Twitch. It's called Hover.
Hmm.
Hover, Hover. And
Mhm.
what Hover is it's like a social media
Mhm.
platform, but it connects directly your clips to your Twitch.
Oh.
So when you clip something, it'll
Mhm.
go to that social media app and you can like submit it and then people can like your clip. But what's great about it is they can like your clip and they can go directly to Twitch to your site from there with one click of a button. They don't, excuse me, have to go outside of it. So there's a lot of tools that we just don't know about, and
Yeah,
Twitch
there's a
could
lot.
be a
Yeah.
little bit more open with that.
I feel like social media could be very overwhelming though. Yeah,
Pink
because
assassin.
Pink Assassin says notifications are overwhelming at times. You know,
Agreed.
DJ E Boogie says streaming on IG is worse plus face well, okay. I'm streaming to Facebook right now, so there's not so much I can say. So let's move to the next comment.
Yep, sorry.
But let me whisper, hear you, but let me move this quickly just in case. Um, it's also about not sharing information to other platforms, which
Yep,
is true. DJ Don said, there's extensions you guys could use to get extra emotes, which is BTTV. So
TV,
make sure you
yep,
guys check that out.
I've seen that.
And yeah, and any suggestions, throw them in the chat, because you never know who's watching. I've had a few Twitch staffers come to my page and lurk in the background. I am watching you. So if you need someone, let me know. Like I am so available, right? And I think it would be really interesting to help Twitch, like because we're so passionate about this app and everything they do here. I would love to see it change and grow and for them to take on more end users. Someone had an interesting comment about gamers, which I thought was interesting. Oh,
Yeah,
here it is.
Don put up a
DJ Don,
partner.
he says the advantage of the DJ side of becoming partner is easier than the gamer side. But is it easier? Because gamers have like 100,000 people watching chess in their chat rooms. Like they have way more people watching them than DJs do. So is it easier? I'm not quite sure. Let me know how you think it's easier, DJ Don. That would be interesting to hear. Um, Godfather of Love says would be nice to have Twitch trainers to help with leveling up. I think that's a good suggestion. DJ Rico Radio says good moderators. I mean, these are all
That's great.
good suggestions, and they help us too, right? Let's see here. Oh, Mimi Berry says like a group chat function within Twitch. Yeah, it's not really user friendly when you're trying to send messages on Twitch and you have a limit, right? Don't you have a limit
Yes.
of how many words? So I always go to Instagram and you can't see if someone's seen your message, which I kind of like going to Instagram and you could see that someone's read it, but with Twitch, you don't know. Are people just ignoring your messages or are they haven't seen it? Should I send another one? Should I be that annoying person that sends like 10 and smiles at you? Like I really don't know. So that's why I like, um, if you guys haven't noticed for this female raid, I've tried sending more messages on Twitch or on Instagram. And if I notice that people have read it and not responded, then I could just keep it moving. I'm like, okay, well, they're probably not interested or they're busy. So I'm going
Hmm.
to just move on to, try to get more others that are interested, right? Let's see. I'm just looking here.
There's
Um,
I was gonna
mhm,
say there's one thing I discovered is that in your Twitch tracker, you and I know Pink Assassin talked about the notifications, is that um, your followers are the number of people who have followed you in total, not the people who are active. But when I went to my Twitch tracker, there's a section that showed how many people actually see the notifications when I go live.
mhm.
So I have almost 2,900 followers, but only 1,700 actually get the notification. So I know this is not going to be popular to say, but I think maybe Twitch could really look at the follower count to readjust it or help us maybe not get rid of, but let us look at, okay, well, these are dead accounts. These are people who are not following. I mean, if Twitch were start to get rid of some of those, not delete people's account, but just figure out a way to get that follower count down so I can see my real followers. Because
Mhm.
honestly, I really only have 1,700 followers because those are the people who are getting notifications. So I think they could figure out something with that follower count. I know it's kind of a badge for us, 5,000. I mean, it's a badge. I know it's awesome, but there's got to be a way to kind of formulate that into reaching the people who actually want to see us.
Yeah, that's so true. Have a great day, Curious Jaw. I see that you're leaving as well. Hope you're
Thank you.
having a great day out there. Sonia says, I dived into gamer streamers. For gamers, it's not easy to become partners. So I think DJ Don is great. Interesting. But then we look at, I think you were mentioning the other day that you saw, why don't you tell people what you saw on a stream and how many people were in the room? And this is what we all need to do as DJs.
Oh my
Forget about
goodness.
buying expensive gear, and it's not just DJs, streamers in general. You guys, he's gonna tell you the secret. He's gonna tell you the secret on how to get 1,000 people in your room watching you.
Oh my gosh. So the secret to getting the million people to watch you in your room in your on your stream is number one, get a bed, okay? Get a camera and go to sleep and leave the camera on while you're sleeping. You're guaranteed to get 8,000 viewers to watch you as you sleep. And literally, that's all you have to do, guys. Just go to sleep. Forget DJing, forget gaming. Just turn the camera on and go to sleep. That's it. It's crazy.
Oh, I feel like we're covered. It's like we're trying to swim right now. You have to put your head higher with this comment. Yeah, DJ Don says you take a small streamer on a gaming side versus the DJ one. The potential of the DJ side to grow is much quicker as
Smaller
opposed to the gamer
competition.
side. The thousands of viewers are referring to are the larger channels. My younger son educated me on this. He said a gamer took 6 years to make partner and averaged
Wow.
100 viewers. Really? That's some good information, DJ Don. I didn't realize that. We have LC 1976 in the room. And yeah, so thank you for mentioning that. What? Oh, are you kidding me? Are you guys serious? I already
Oh
put on
man.
my mask. I can't believe they're making me do this again.
You don't have a number redemption on that?
I don't
Like a
know how this
one or
really
two
works.
every show?
Ah, brother, for goodness sakes. I gotta do this quickly because I know we're gonna go to DJ Diamondlee for the after party. You know what, Vansdale? You know what? I'm not going to even apologize to you. After this female raid train, I already told people in another room I'm really gonna get you back badly. So make sure everyone adds DJ Vansdale and adds myself, DJ Honeyflow, and of course, make sure you're adding our guest of honor in the room, DJ Diamond Lee, as well to Twitch because he does a great show. I'm not going to explain this mask again. So if people could think I'm crazy on Facebook and YouTube, go for it. I can't
Oh,
explain it anymore.
Vansdale.
I have to wear it
Oh,
for a few minutes.
Vansdale.
So because this annoying bratty brother of mine from like Atlanta redeemed this mask. So just watch your Instagram, guys, because it's coming when I have more time after this female raid. I will be getting I will be getting this guy back and I'll have no mercy on him. So don't feel sorry for him. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, because I know we're wrapping up here, and we're actually going to DJ Diamond Lee for the after party, which is probably supposed to be like right now. So I'm just wondering if anyone's got any last questions for DJ Diamond Lee. But why don't you also tell the story of playing? I can't even read with this mask on. Why don't you tell a story of how you played at a college bar and some of the celebrities that you kind of met and encountered?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Every DJ at some point has come across some type of celebrity they've actually DJ'd for. So, in this little town of Bowling Green where I went to college, BGSU, I was DJing at a hole in the wall bar called Nate and Wally's, but they started my career. They asked me to come in and open for this pop star, pop singers coming in. I'm like, well, who is it? You're like, Damon, you're not gonna believe who we got. Like who? Jordan Knight. It's like Jordan Knight? And this is like in like late 2000s, after, the group was not together. And I opened up for Jordan Knight, DJ'd a little bit, and I'll tell you what, you never seen so many women wearing sequins in your whole life. The 30 and up, the ladies were in full force, ready to go.
Sequins, that's hilarious.
Sequin
Are
outfits
you
from
saying
top
we're
to bottom.
all old? Are you saying Diamond Lee, we're all
Hey,
old, being in our 30s or 40s?
look, when
You
we
better be
the older,
careful with that one.
I'm
Wifey's gonna
just
come back to you.
remember the guy in 2000, like In Sync is a older was out in like the 80s, 90s. So you know they grew up with Jordan Knight. So when Jordan Knight is 30, 35, guess what his followers are? They're the same age. So,
Hmm.
they kind of brought back a little that old school, that 90s, I'm surprised they didn't have scrunchies and leg warmers and stuff, but hey, uh, it was a great. And also we had Nick Lachey's brother was there as well. I cannot remember his name, but he was there and I met him. Very cool guy. But it was really cool, really funny that Jordan Knight. I'm actually the same height as Jordan Knight. That dude is little, but
Oh,
hey, he's
really?
got the money, so
How
it's all
tall are
good.
you?
I'm
How
five
tall are
six.
you?
I'm 5'6".
What? No way. Are you kidding? No way. There's no way. You look so tall on your streams. You look like you're like 5'11" or like
That's
6
that's
feet.
that's that's movie magic right there.
Yeah, but what do you do? Because I need to use that because I'm only 5'1". So what do you do
Movie
that
magic. Movie magic.
you seriously look like you're 6 feet on your streams?
Yeah, down there you go.
You
Yep,
guys,
he's
I think I'm
short.
allergic to this mask. My eyes are getting puffy and my face is starting to get itchy. I'm not even kidding you. I think I'm allergic to this this plastic on this mask. So if I start looking like this, like crazy on you guys this Friday or this week, I'm blaming you, Vansdale. I'm blaming you for everything. Seriously. So you're 5'6". Interesting. I think the funniest things for Twitch meetups is like us finding out like that are we're really surprised by height. So when I met White Gold and Flash, I was really shocked how tall they were. Like I
Yeah,
had to actually step on like a step to take a picture with White Gold because I refused to stand right beside him being this short and looking like a midget next to him because he's
right.
quite tall, but on his streams I thought he was like 5'6". When I interviewed Brax, I thought he was about, I don't know, 5'7", 5'6", and he's like 6'3", 6'4". So you got to tell
It's
me
hard to
your
tell.
yeah, you got to tell me your what you're doing then because I need to look taller on my streams too. You got
Well,
to tell
I,
me.
I definitely, the way my setup is right now, my camera is very close to my face. And as you'll see on my stream, my controller is like the bottom half of my
Mhm.
body.
Mhm.
So I look at a lot of people's streams, and I think I like when it's bigger, when people are a little bit bigger on screen. So I just blow it up. I mean, my NS7 III, my turntable magic is down, so I'm controller style now. But yeah, I
Yeah.
just put the camera a little closer to me. That's
But
all.
do you like it close to your face cuz like Vance and all these guys say I have Serato face because it doesn't look like I'm happy because I'm so concentrated. That's why I try smiling. But can you imagine smiling for 4 hours, storytelling, mixing music, talking? It's a lot of work. Okay, I'm taking this off, guys. Like this mask is like seriously making me itchy. Like I'm feeling like my eyes are like getting puffy right now, you know? I think I'm allergic to this plastic. Whatever's in here, I'm allergic. Anyways, hey
Mala
Latina, I see you
Iguana.
there as
Yes.
well. We got Pink Assassin.
Tweak
Vance
Music
Dell
fam.
says you look taller with the Batman mask on, girl. Whatever. You're not as tall as you think you are. I mean, well, 5'10", 5'11" is pretty tall, so I can't really say anything. Never
Oh,
mind.
Kevin Durant gonna dunk on you. Kevin
Yeah.
Durant gonna dunk on you.
Oh, Party Rocka surprised me. I heard he's like 6'4". But good things come in small packages. Just remember that, peoples. Just remember that, you know. Can I ask, is your
Yeah.
wife taller or shorter?
Yeah, yeah. My wife is 100% Mexican, so
Yeah.
our kids are very diverse. My wife is 5'7", and I'm 5'6", so she's
That's
taller than me.
interesting. Yeah, because I always find shorter guys always like tall women, and tall guys always love really short women. So I guessed that right away. I'm like, I bet you anything your wife's your height or taller, and I
Yep,
called it. I know it.
yep.
Do
She's
you got
taller. Yep.
Yeah, let me know if you guys know that's true. So if there's any questions in the chat room, I'm just trying to scroll to see if I see any, because I know we're going to you right now for the after party, so we could definitely wrap it up then. I'd love to still talk to you, but I know we're definitely going to you for that after party. So make sure you guys stick around so you guys get a taste of what DJ Diamondlee can do. Really great DJ in person, so make sure you stick around for the after party. We got Ms. DJ Tone in the building. Thank you for coming through. Oh, and I just saw DJ Mai Tai. Thank you so much for the resubscription. 3 months strong with me, Mai Tai. Miss Jilly from
Congrats.
Philly. Had her on my show a few weeks ago as well. Beautiful person. So thank you so much,
That's
beautiful
great.
women. DJ Mai Tai for subscribing. I appreciate you. Vansdale says Prodigy is 5'3" and Honey Flows 4'4" in flea market heels. He
You
always,
don't got to put no more up with DJ Vansdale. He already had too many comments up here. He's
I
good.
know, and
Vansdale is good.
I
He's
always
good.
warn him. I'm always nice because I don't want to hurt his feelings. So when I dressed up like him, I always warn him, "Hey, are you okay? You're pretty quiet there." Like I don't want to insult anyone. So I always give him a little bit of a warning. He's like, "Yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that or do that." And meanwhile, he throws me on toilets with like my body exploding on Instagram, you know? That's not fair. So yeah, it's going to be a full-on war for sure.
Oh, Vansdale's got a good question.
Okay, let's see here.
We'll bring him
Uh,
back up. That was a good
oh,
one.
let's see. Is it that one? No. Oh, is it this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you want the Twitch community, or is it why do you want the Twitch community, and what drives you to push the DJs to grow their channels? That's a good question. Now he's being serious. Shoot.
Yeah, no, Vansdale is very calculated, very smart man, United crew, generous as all heck, and has a great sense of humor. So we love Vansdale. For me, I've been on
Well, love is a strong word.
the
Let's not use love on the honey float. I mean, love is for people that are nice, you know.
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
I don't know. Anyways,
I'm
we're
not
not going to
touching
start this
that.
war. We're not going to start this war on your
No.
on this channel with Vance Dell. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry to
I was
interrupt.
gonna say I've been on Twitch for, almost a year and a half, going on 2 years. I've been really love working with everybody. I love all the DJs I've been, connected with.
Mhm.
And I've always wanted to kind of grow not only my channel, but grow other people's channel with help. Tweak Music Tips reached out to me, asking about, help forming groups together to help grow each other's community. And that's one thing that I realized is that you can't grow on your own. It's just impossible. So if I know that I'm a little bit further away from partner, but I know some guys who are really close. And to me, I'm a selfless person. And I would love to see so many more partners, and I know that they're going to return it back to me. I just have passion for Twitch. I have passion for people, and it's just part of my DNA. There are some things that we have to be humble about when it comes to the communities. One, we have to be humble about how often we stream. Some it's possible to stream too much. It's also possible. Hey, what's up, Paul? I see you. It's also possible to stream too little. Um, the more that we all look at each other as a brand, and the more that we look at each other as wanting to help, the quicker and faster we're going to grow. But
Mhm.
I just got love for the community. And honestly, while I'm on Twitch, why not help someone hit it? It's like we could just be on Twitch DJing with our heads down for years. But
Mhm.
to me, it's more fun to be in a group, and it's more fun to really help guys hit their goals and gals too. So I love it.
That's awesome. That's a great response. And you're right. When you build someone else up, they'll definitely, help as well. Because instead of everyone trying to do it, it's like it does help. Everyone focus their effort on one or two people, like a prodigy. He's going to get there. There's so many great people in the room that I see that's going to get, D man as well. Um,
United Crew.
yeah, like there's just so many people. David C. Lennis. Well, Vance Dell's another story between me and him. So, scrap it out like brother and sister. But just all these people growing their shows, right? It definitely takes time, but I don't think it's impossible. I don't know if there's one magical formula. I think it's good doing it as a group collectively, but I've seen people do it on their own, and then I've seen people. So I don't know if I really want to say, hey, it may not be able be done on your own, because I have seen people do it on their own. I've seen a lot of women as well do it on their own, and they're killing it. So I don't know. And the streaming 5 days a week, I hear what you're saying, but then I don't know. I see people on twice a day, like a Q mixologist. You know what I mean? He really grinded it. Like Ray Domingo, he really grinded it like one every single day. Is that too much? It took him a while, but he's they're all getting there. You know what I mean? A White Gold, they grinded it like every day. So I hear what you're saying though, because I have tried stopping as many shows because it could definitely affect you if you're trying to grow. But
Hmm.
then I don't know. I just feel like there is no magical formula for each person. What do you think with that?
I
You
agree.
know?
I agree
Mhm.
100%. There's no magic formula.
Mhm.
If you're a full-time streamer, then hey, Molly Party in the building. Yeah, if you're a full-time streamer, then streaming every day, that's your bread and butter. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
Silver Knight DJ'd every single morning, every morning.
Mhm.
Same thing with Q. They were DJing every morning. That was their show.
Mhm.
I think last year there was more audience. So,
Yes, yes.
which that's not saying that takes anything away from them hitting that check, but or the purple check. But I think everyone's path is different, and I think everybody has to look at what's going to work for them. I think
Mhm.
it's good when they miss you as a broadcaster or a streamer. I think you can tire out your audience. You know, um, you can
Yeah.
tire them out, and but again, some people's community, they love that. So if your community is like 50, 60 people, 100 every time you go on, then you're great. I mean, that's the way to go. But if you're streaming every day, and you might not have the viewership community that you want, you should just consider it and just
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about it. And I don't think anybody should be like, well, this is the way it has to be. This is what you
Mhm.
should do. But try something new for 30 days and see how it works.
Yeah,
Um, you
I
know,
agree. Yeah.
I was going to comment. Van Sale said, what's one thing that I would do that I would change on my stream instantly? Um, I don't know. That's a great question. I think for me, being consistent is going to help out a lot more. Going
Yes.
away
Yeah.
hurt hurt me really bad, but I went away for a great reason, to spend time with my family and my wife and reconnect. And sometimes you're on Twitch so much you forget
Mhm.
you have a total IRL life you got to manage.
Mhm.
I think one thing I could improve on is the camera. I think that would help the visuals definitely. My lighting is okay,
Mhm.
but I think it could be better. And I'm also kind of 50-50 on if I should keep my green screen or not.
Hmm.
I don't know if my green screen is enhancing what I'm doing or it's taking away from what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's so
So
hard to say. I don't know. There's so many different things, right? Because I've often wondered that too. Should you be more magnified? Because people like seeing the equipment and seeing, you more magnified. At least I notice out of the ladies. But then there's also the green screen element that kind of takes you away into a different zone. So I don't know. I haven't figured out the magic formula. I wish we knew it. Because
I,
I've seen both shows very, very successful at it, right? I think it's just constantly being consistent, like you said. And some of those guys, like Q Mixologist or Ray Domingo, or any of those guys that
amazing.
really succeeded and did really well, White Gold, and all those guys going on daily, I think what key for them is they're always the same time. My times are kind of all over the place, but they were
Muscle
same
memory.
time in the morning all the time. So it was very easy for people to remember, oh, hey, I
Yes.
know he's going to be on from 6 in the morning to like 10 in the morning or something,
Same
right?
with Richie
So
Rich too.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, hey, Nita Dawn, we got Nita Dawn in the building. DJ Molly Party as well. She's going to be on my raid train, and Shay is going to be on it as well. Shay is really great too, and her show. She says growth comes at different times for different people. We can't compare ourselves to other streamers. Your journey is yours, and theirs is theirs. Very, very true. These are just some
Facts.
ideas and suggestions. I did try taking some advice that was given to me to drop a show, but that didn't really make a difference to me, with I guess my average. I felt like I took a hit a little bit for the month because I'm doing this full time. So
Hmm.
it's really, really challenging you can't really compare. Some people compare, well, I'm just doing it for fun, so it's not a big deal to me. But
Sure.
if people are really trying to grind and do it full time, it's a big deal. It could be a very big
Yes.
deal to them because they're like, okay, shoot, how am I going to pay my light bill, or how am I going to, ensure that my rent and all that stuff is paid, right?
Sure.
Um, but yeah, so I think everyone has different objectives, but I don't know if there's one way, because
Nope.
again, I've seen people have 1,000 people, like you said, in their bedroom watching someone sleep. I don't know. People gravitate to what they like and what they do, and everyone is so different. So I don't know. I think it's great with all the advice and all these groups. I really do, and I think it's helpful. But I think people are also on their own different path and journey, and you just every show is so uniquely different that I don't know if there's a magical formula. Even becoming partner, I don't think there is.
Well,
So
I would just say that I agree, all of the extra stuff, it's hard to tell. But one thing we all can agree on is that we don't want to be in an empty room.
yes, yeah.
We all can agree on that. We all can agree that we have to be engaging. All can agree that we have to be entertaining. We all can agree that we have to be consistent. But I think the one thing that maybe we all could maybe benefit from is to recognize that. And D-Man brought this up, and I talked to him. I talked to D-Man and the crew all the time. D-Man said that it's not that your show. It's not that you're the brand. Your show is the brand.
Mhm.
So if you look at your show as the brand, you're going to think about it a little bit differently on how you move, how you interact, how you kind of role, because yes, the DJ is brand, yes, but the show is your brand. And what I mean by that is if you look at everyone's show on Twitch, they all have a certain thing that makes them stand out.
Mhm.
If you can really push that thing that makes you you, I know I'm being metaphorical,
No, it's
but
true though. Yeah.
that is what's gonna push you. Like, Easy Mac. His thing is he's outside with a tambourine, he's got
Yeah.
a hat, he's got a
From
scarf,
Virginia.
he's got Spotify and he's jamming out. That is his brand. That's his
Yeah.
show brand.
And it's
You
the
know,
only show where I've seen on a porch step, so it's very, very unique, you know?
Exactly. You know,
But you
you
could
got
tell people's brands right away, like Nita Dawn, Funhouse, you know her
yes.
brand, like, instantly, you know? Yeah, I'm just looking here in the chat room to see
Oh no, you're good. Salute
some of the
Nita
names.
Don, MC2
Mhm.
Gen, Lockdown. I see you in there.
Lockdown. Yeah. Oh, MC2J Man. I mean, you kinda knew him for his bed. I don't know where the bed's gone.
We
Like,
miss it. He won't
DJ
bring it back.
He-Man, you know that he like, levitates his plates, and I'm still trying to figure out if he's, like, cousins with Chris Angel. Like, this is kinda spooky, I just still don't get how he does it. But you know he's a turntablist, like, you know his brand when you
Yes.
walk in his room. So, yeah, there's
Yes.
lots of different people, here as well, you know? Yeah, so true. Just looking here. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's some great advice. Oh yeah, Xtina says I love the levitation. And we got digital tea in the building as well. Great to see you. Lots of amazing people here as well. Um, yeah, DJ Rico Radio, Van
Yes.
Stell as well, and everyone else for coming through. Yeah, so it's definitely good to definitely have a brand. All those things to work on and try different things too, right? So
Mhm.
that was suggested to me. I tried it. I didn't really see too much of a difference with me. So then I just added more shows on back on again after a month.
Double
I was like,
down.
yeah, I know. Exactly. Like way too many shows. So, all right. Well, I'm trying to see. And then also, I guess the last few questions I have, and if you don't mind, I know we're already over.
It's
Um,
okay.
but how do you balance out? You've been married for 13 years, 3 kids. Can you say how old they are, and how do you balance out family life, a full-time job, DJing 20 to 30 weddings? Like, I could barely manage my life. I don't have any of those things going on right now. What is your secret? How do you balance everything?
You know, there's not really a big secret, and yeah, actually, we just had our 14th year wedding anniversary.
Aw,
Really, the
cheers. Cheers to
thank
you.
you, thank you. Salute to all the couples out there, and people want to be a couple one day. Um,
Yes.
it's really all about communication. That's one thing that me and my wife have been working on tremendously over the last couple of months, being on Twitch. Knowing just our wants and needs, and just being there for each other. With the kids, they're a little older. I have a 17-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 7-year-old. So my 7-year-old needs us a little bit more, but we kind of work around the schedule of the family, and then the music comes second. So, for example, my weddings, I only DJ about 20 weddings a year and a few events. They're only on Saturdays. So there's 52 weekends in a year. Hope 52, 56. Don't quote me, guys. Don't quote me. But you know what I'm saying. So I limit what I do. Also with Twitch, I would love to be DJing a daily show. I would love to, but I have a full time job, and DJing twice a week is been healthy for our relationship and been healthy for Twitch. Now we all know that Twitch is more than just streaming and being a broadcaster. The amount of hours we all spend on Twitch watching other DJs, trying to build community, trying to monetary support, trying to assist on the hype trains. It's all a lot, on top of actually working with the group that I'm in as well. It's a lot. So what I always advise is that have a good team around you. My wife is a great partner. She always helps me. She gives me advice, tells me things I don't want to hear to make me better. you
Mhm.
know in the group that I'm in, I have 3 other leaders, so I'm not just the only one driving the team and helping. I try to put people around me that are smarter and better and are more knowledgeable, so that we can bounce off each other to become where we are today.
Mhm. That's so true. Yeah, Shayte says she agrees with you. I agree too. I think I need a break. Like, definitely need a break. We need to take care of us more and take more breaks. That's so true. Because sometimes you can just keep pushing, and you can easily get burnt out in the process as well too. So it's definitely important to self-care, right? And take breaks.
Hmm.
Now, you did mention that you got a few parties, so you never know. who's watching you. You never know who's out there, who sees that potential in you. That's why it's always good to kind of, think of your shows that you're not like Instagram where you're just playing for friends anymore, but actually try to really work at all of your shows. You mentioned that you ended up getting something from Facebook. So why don't you share with them the events
Yeah, sure. And just so you know, my battery's low on here, so if it dies, I might switch to the phone.
or yeah, and we can end this soon because I know we want to raid into your after party. It's already
Oh,
half an hour later.
it's all
So
good. It's all
yeah,
good. My
okay.
community is forgiving.
It's easy to
So
talk to you. It's just easy to, keep it going.
appreciate you.
But, yeah.
When COVID first happened, people were kind of streaming on IG and Facebook and whatever they could. What was the one for Twitter?
Oh, I
Oh,
forgot. It starts with a P. Oh, what is it?
uh,
A
uh,
Periscope. Periscope?
Periscope. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Periscope. Rest in peace, Periscope.
Hmm.
So I was DJing on Facebook, I was doing full sets, 1 hour sets, you know, getting people into it, having family on there. And from the month long of me DJing, I had two of my friends contact me to DJ Zoom parties
Hmm.
where I would log into Zoom, figure it all out, and I would broadcast on Zoom a private party. I did two birthday parties, and the families just came in on Zoom and just were dancing in their living room while I was played my music through, their TVs or speakers. And it was only like 45-minute sets. And
Hmm.
that was just because people saw me on Facebook and I didn't have a green screen. I didn't have fancy stuff in the background. It was literally just a background in my head and my turntables and just a good time. And that was the result of just having fun.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Van Stel, for those for the gifted sub to DJ Lockdown and for those 3 bits. Those three, what does he call it? Bible thump bits you give me. I don't know why Van
Petty
Stel likes to
bits.
bother me. Yeah, the petty. We call them petty bits, but I will take any petty bit, even if it's a fake bit. I will take that. Very much appreciated of your Bible thumper bits. He used to call me Apostle Honeyflow. Like, I don't know why. He does weird things. Oh man. He's more of an apostle than I am, so he can leave me alone. But thank you for those 3 bits, and of course, subscription to DJ Lockdown. And Lockdown,
Lockdown.
make sure you say a quick thank you. Don't make it too loud to Van Stel as well. We appreciate you. He said, "That's my mistake. I need a refund." So yeah, you never know what kind of parties or who's watching or who can book you. I
Yes.
remember last year I had someone look at my TikToks of all things, and they booked me for the Irie Fest. They saw my TikToks, then they moved to Twitch to see what I was doing. They liked it, and then they ended up moving me to what is it? Or I did a Irie festival in another province, like
Oh,
through
wow.
Mixcloud and through. I mean, of course, we couldn't fly out there, but he
Sure.
said that he's going to fly me out there and to the Irie Fest, which was really really big for me, and he wanted me to play Spanish music and a bit of reggae. And he loved
Wow.
what I was
Nice.
doing. So, and that just came off of a TikTok, guys, on Instagram. So you just never
Never
know
know.
who's watching you. So I would definitely look at your shows if you do want to get out there. Relate it to real time because you don't know who's watching you, and if someone sees potential in you, then you can potentially get booked. One quick awesome story recently when I did what's her name? Princess DJ, I did a
Okay.
tribute for her, right? Just a couple weeks ago. Didn't even really know. And uh, to make a long story short, someone said, "Hey, there's a producer in the room that's watching you right now." And I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
great." I'm like, "I wish I could cut off Diamond Lee's hands and like learn how to do turntablist stuff. This is so frustrating for Honey Flow." Like that's probably my biggest frustration online is wishing that I just had those turntablist skills, but I know it's going to come with a lot more practice.
Yep.
And they basically said that the producer Tony, I can't remember his last name, was in the room watching me. Well, he was like he's a major producer. He produced the Loonies and like all these
Yes.
Bay Area artists. I think he worked with Too Short and like a bunch of Bay Area, like California, huge West Coast artists, but he was the major producer for the Loonies. And I missed the comment in the chat. Checked the replay and I print screened it, and I'm always going to keep that because that was a special moment, right? Um,
Oh yeah.
it was Pam the Functress. That's the memorial or the celebration of life type of event that we did celebrating her. So what I'm saying is you just never know who's watching at any time.
So
So
true.
saying that quickly, I was going to ask if you knew someone. Oh yeah, it wasn't Tony Biden. He's messing me up. He's messing me up because I'm getting yeah,
Fansel,
Biden.
leave the lady
I'm
alone.
getting Biden
Let her
confused. I was
let
talking
her do
about
her
Joe
interview.
Biden and I accidentally said Joe Biden. Anyways, just ignore him, guys. Ignore this little guy
He's,
here. So yeah, you never know. So if there was someone watching you right now on your stream and you could do anything in the world that was on your bucket list, like no holds bar, any big stage, any world event, or just anything in general, what would that be? If you saw someone watching you that could book you today, what would
I
that be?
mean, I would definitely love to DJ for the Cavs.
Hmm.
That's on my bucket list. Love, the music is right in my alley with the hip hop. And hey, if I was asked to do a dance hall, open up a dance hall festival, reggae festival, either one of those two, sign me up.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
would be
dope.
there in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you never know. You never know who's out there and who's watching. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This has been such a great interview. You guys
Thank
make
you.
sure everyone adds again DJ Diamondlee right here. If someone wants to put up his Twitch link again, because it's not coming through my StreamYards, that would be
Oh,
great.
Vansdale, thanks for the gifted sub, brother. Thank you,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the gifted sub. It's
my
hard
brother.
because he bugs me so much and then he gives me a gifted sub. It's like mixed messages, Van Stel. But thank you. I appreciate you so much, bro. Make sure everyone adds all the DJs in the room. And thank you for the gifted sub to Diamond Lee. I appreciate you. But I am getting you back, Van Stel, but I do appreciate you. We got DJ Big Mark in the building, and of course, David C. Dennis. I definitely got to talk to you at some point, and so many great DJs. So thank you so much. Again, make sure you guys add,
Thank you.
DJ Diamond Lee. Don't no one leave the room, and everyone catching the replay. Make sure you guys add him. But we are going to go to Diamond Lee so you guys could actually see a taste of what he does. And yeah, you should definitely do patois on your streams a lot more. I love it. Like I love when you break out in it and put the wig on. I think you should do that do you do that for channel points? You should do that.
I have a reggae raid train that I'm part of with Spartacus, DJ on the ones and twos. Hey, I see you, Big Mark. Ones and twos, G Clef, GJ Sham out of Canada, and of course David T. Dennis. We do it once a month on Sundays, and that's when Rasta League comes out.
Oh, okay, awesome. I'm gonna have to catch that. Awesome. And then is there any other times and days you're on so people know?
Yeah, sure. Wednesdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern, usually for about 2 hours. Every once in a while, we go a little bit over. But yeah, we do open format. Some days it's reggae. I was doing reggae for like a couple of months, so I'm starting to do more open format on Sundays. And for tonight, when you guys come through, we're just gonna party, just have some good party music and play some edits. Just have a good time tonight. So I do
Awesome.
like I do like doing kind of specific sets.
Mhm.
So a lot of my past sets, I highlighted all Virginia artists.
Mhm.
I highlighted all Detroit artists. I mean, Vansdale rode with me for about 2 hours on that Detroit set.
Mhm.
So I like highlighting states because there's so
Cool.
many great artists, all genres there. So I
Mhm.
will be doing a little bit more of that. I do Atlanta, and so I do a
You
lot of
gotta
that
do
type of thing.
Toronto. You gotta do Toronto. I wanna see what your taste is or what you think of Toronto. Yeah.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
Yeah, Rasta Lee, Molly says, awesome. All right, guys. So, again, thank you so much for this incredible interview. It's been so good and sticking around, wow, a lot longer. I
All
appreciate
right.
you. We are going to go to DJ Diamondlee and, we'll talk after my raid and when I get everything a little calmed down because it's so busy.
Sure.
I'd love to support you too. And, maybe we could figure out something I could raid into a little bit more or
Thank you.
on a Sunday or just we'll figure it out where I could do that. Yeah. So we'll talk after. But thank you again. And
Oh, sorry.
no, that's okay.
One
Now,
second.
yeah, sure. Yeah. I think he's just doing something right now, guys. So this girl, Xtina, says, you can do Boston, play Jordan Knight. Yeah, I think that would be great. Boston, that would be amazing. We got Rasta Lee in the
There
building?
we go.
Okay,
Sorry
you're
about
back?
that.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Boston is on the list, so I got a couple
Yeah,
states coming up.
awesome. So again, make sure everyone adds DJ Diamond Lee. Again, thank you so much for almost 3 hours. I know I've gone, oh, I should just do a 3-hour show. My interviews are now always going into 3 hours. Um, so we'll rate into you now then, and I know you probably need a minute.
Yep, just
So
give me about 5 minutes to
yeah.
kind of go on, and you'll see me go live, and I'll be there.
Okay, let me know when you yeah, just make sure it's not 10. I don't think I could talk by myself for
No,
10
it's
minutes.
all right.
Maybe I
So
can.
just
Maybe I can.
want to give some shout outs. Salute to all the United crew in the building. Salute to all there's generals in here too. Salute to anybody who's in a Tweak Music group. Lady Rasta. Salute to all of you guys. Keep working hard so we can all hit our goals. Salute to Big Mark. All the people who gave subs, Van Stale, all the people who gave bits. Of course, my beautiful wife. Just thank you all for supporting all of us, and let's just all keep working together, guys. We appreciate you.
Yes, so true. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to let you get ready. Thank you so much again. It was so awesome, and I want to try to connect with your wife after this raid train and talk more about the human trafficking issue. I'm going to talk about now while you get ready, and we'll look for you
Okay.
live and we'll raid into you.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll
All
see you
right.
soon.
See you soon. Yeah. All right. Okay, now I'm very magnified. So we're going to give him a few minutes. Let me know if you guys, when he's on, and then we could definitely rate into him as well. And I also am looking for a new camera too. So let me know if you guys know of any good cameras. Maybe whisper me too. I'm definitely looking at a new one. But I just wanted to, if we have a few minutes, I just want to talk about this huge, incredible raid train that I was doing as well. Oh no, please don't do the mask. Don't do the mask again. Please do not do the mask. I think I'm itchy. Like I'm literally getting swollen. I don't know if you guys can see. That's why I don't like this view. It's too magnified, but I can't zoom out. I'm trying to zoom out on you guys so I look like a little box and it's not working. Oh man, I feel like I hope no one's got me on their HD TV like this. But yeah, my face is itchy from this mask right here. So we'll just wait a few minutes before we raid into him, DJ Diamond Lee, and hopefully he will come soon so I can get out of this uncomfortable moment. But I do want to let you guys know about the amazing raid train. Again, for all you guys that don't know, it's a female raid train, 94 streamers. I just want to say that I contacted 256 women, and I want every woman and anyone that's listening to me and also spread the word that if I left out anyone, please inbox me. There's over 2 million streamers on Twitch. I'm sure I left out people. It was not intentional by any means. I tried my best contacting as many people as I could. And I've been saying for a full month now, and I have followed up. And Lady Rasta knows this too. I must have followed up with Lady Rasta at least 4 times, and she knows that too, right? And other people know that. So I contacted Sonia. There's so many women in this room. So I just want to make it really clear that nothing was intentional to avoid people or miss them. And I was looking for also people that understood the guidelines of this raid train because it's a little bit different and it is a little bit more sensitive because it is against human trafficking. So there's shows that I can have on and shows that I couldn't have on. And it's really related because I have contacted people in Parliament, and I've also contacted, different organizations here. I hope you guys didn't redeem the mask. Yeah. So, yeah, so this is a really, really important cause, and this is bigger than Twitch, and it's bigger than a raid train to me right now. I did meet a lot of these women, some of them actually that were involved with in sex trafficking a couple weeks ago, and I've talked to the organization and some other people that have been fighting human trafficking for a number of years since the 90s, and I'm going to have them on my show. I'm still working on getting a survivor actually on my show this Friday too. So if anything I say, please come to this. Please come and support this raid train. It's extra special because it's all female showcase. It took so much work and effort. And a big thank you to all my mods. Mimi Berry did all the flyers. She's in the chat room. She's worked effortlessly at ensuring every woman's picture was cropped, 100 pictures, and was on that flyer. So definitely add Mimi Berry, and also, hit her up for graphics. She does emotes and graphic design and overlays. She's still working on an overlay with me, but she's really worked many hours. And same with Junior's always helped me. He's another mod of mine, of course. Big shout outs to all the mods and Clarky that have helped me update flyers and anything that I need. They're always there for me. So going back to all the ladies, if I missed any, I am making it very clear that it was not intentional because I did receive a few messages. And it's very hard to contact so many people on your own. I did reach out and ask other women if they knew others and tried my best to include everyone. If I missed you this time, definitely catch you on the next raid train. And of course, it's not for everyone. There are a lot of guidelines with this raid train because I'm dealing with a lot of sensitive information, and I don't want anything that could be contrary or, I guess, with human trafficking. So that's why I had to put a lot of these guidelines in place. If you're repping an organization or a company, and you have people in Parliament watching you, there's more people there that can help with this cause that are going to be watching all your shows, right? So I hope you guys understand from my end. But if I did miss anyone, try to inbox me. If you want to be on the train, you believe in this cause, you want to fundraise for a restoration house for victims of human trafficking, message me. And I'm sure I'll have people cancel throughout the raid for 6 days. It's going to be this Friday, March 25th to March 30th. And it's going to be a long raid train. So I'm going to be on shows from 7 in the morning till 3 a.m. at night. And I'm going to try to be on all the shows, which is insane. My goal is to raise $15,000, but I really truly believe if all of us work together at it, whether your show's smaller or larger, it doesn't matter. I truly believe that we can raise that and we can raise even more. So my mission is to definitely help as many women and children as possible. And I want to keep this a lifetime mission. And I told the organization that today. And I didn't just look for an organization to fundraise for. I actually looked for a company that has a true heart. So when you guys meet Laura Ross this Friday, this woman, I'm telling you guys, she's got a true heart for women and children and, being trafficked. And for all you guys that don't know, there's over 40 million people trafficked in the world today. That means that over 40 million people, there's more slavery today in 2022 than there ever has been in the world. That was a new stat for me. I didn't know. Disney World, I'll probably show you. They caught over 100 workers. I had a few DJs, a DJ from Hawaii, actually, that knows DJ Don. He works for the narcotics unit, and he actually has been sending me stuff on human trafficking. I've had a few people reach out to me saying that they were also survivors of human trafficking. And I asked if they could put their stories on. But again, you never want to expose people and you never want to expose them for a story. You have to be extremely sensitive. Even the questions that I develop for Friday, I'm going to have to be really sensitive on this issue because it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of time for someone to share their story. human trafficking is not black and white. It's not this area where, you see in the movies where someone's taken. Yes, that happens, but a lot of times human trafficking is involved with you knowing a boyfriend, you trusting someone, and it's a process of having someone break you down, and that could happen with domestic abuse victims. It could happen with a lot where it's a grooming process over time. So, anyways, I hope people understand my heart and my mission. And to me, this is definitely more than just Twitch. It's way bigger than Twitch, and I really hope that it becomes a mission for me for a lifetime. And this is only the beginning. So I thank you guys for joining me on this journey. And again, it's going to be March 25th to the 30th. What could help me too is if you share it on your shows. So I want to thank D-Man as well for giving me advice. I had White Gold give me some advice. I've had Tweak Music Tips. We had a conversation and they gave me great advice. They've all done really successful fundraisers. This is my first one. And I really thank you guys for just reaching out and giving me your knowledge and your advice, because I'm only one person. But I do believe that, we are small drops. Sometimes you wake up and you think, how can I make a difference? What can I do in this world to make a difference? I'm only one person. I don't know anything about human trafficking. I've learned so much in the past month. So I woke up one day and I really started believing that each of us are small drops. Each of us are small drops in that ocean. And when we all come together as those small little drops, regardless of if you have one person on your show or if you have 20,000 people on your show, it doesn't matter. If we all come together as those small drops in that ocean, that's going to create huge, massive tidal waves of change. And I truly believe that with everything in me. So I believe that we can make a difference together and we could hit that goal and we can go a lot further to help more women and children starting this Friday. So come out, support. Okay, Mimi Berry, you guys say he's on. Okay, awesome. So we're going to go to him right now. So make sure you come out, support. How the men could all support is start talking about it on your shows. Grab my flyers from Instagram. I've been trying to tag a few hundred people. What would help me is just spreading that word, on Discord, on your shows. Grab my flyer from Instagram. If you need it, I could send it to you, and just start talking about it. It's not just a women or female raid. We need you guys. And salute to all the men that have really come through, really supported us. I really, truly salute you. I respect you. And I just think that, you guys are leaders, and you guys have taught me so much on Twitch through my interviews as well. So I salute all you guys. So let's raid out. Mimi Berry, are you able to set up the raid if possible? I know it's super late there. And I've talked a lot about this. So yeah, definitely come out. It's going to be a great raid. You're going to see cooking shows, fitness shows, gamers, talk shows, motivational shows, crafters, DJs. You're going to see a whole collective of women. And Mimi created the flyers, the graphics. They're all on Instagram. So definitely check it out for a great cause. We're going to do our best to help more than one woman. And I really believe that we can make a difference together. And when we, go above ourselves and don't just serve ourselves and it's not about us, I feel like bigger things happen and bigger changes happen. And you feel more richer in what you're doing in this world. You feel like, to me, this feels like the right place. It may not be a popular topic, and I know it isn't, but the truth never usually is. So come out this Friday and learn more. 10 a.m. Eastern time is my first start at the talk show. Okay, Mimi just set up the raid. So yeah, let's support DJ Diamondlee. And thank you guys so much for coming through to the Honey Flow Show. Truly appreciate you. And I can't wait for this raid that's going to happen this Friday. A lot of beautiful things are going to happen. So let's check. Okay, so I think the raid went through. I think, or is it just leaving? I think you guys are still with me. um, that's a lot of talking I did on my own. Wow. All right, great. It just went through. All right, so I'll see you guys and have a great night, blessed night, and let's make a difference together this Friday. I'll see you guys soon, and take care. We'll have a great and have an awesome night.